Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Catherine, Rose, Jeff, what do you like the look of?
I like the Valentine.
You've chosen the Valentine's card. Here's your related question. Most people hate Valentine's Day. True or false?
Well, I hate Valentine's Day, but I'm not most people. I don't think it's fun to go out on the busiest night of the year and watch your partner just spend a fixed fee on dinner and then pull you a rose away from an aggressive Romanian.
I hate Valentine's Day because if you're single, it reminds you you're alone. And if you're with someone, it reminds you that you've got someone, but you're still not happy. Yeah. And I know that's true because I read it on a card from my boyfriend, okay? That was a joke. I don't have a boyfriend, but I'm just a very lonely time.
I'm at the other end of the thing. I've been married 15 years.
Nearly gay.
Nearly gay, yeah.
12 more to go.
At the moment, Valentine, we just do a firm handshake and a nod. You go, yeah, we're still here. It's weird as well, because like, I think most people, you rarely find someone who's like a big Valentine's Day... Everyone thinks it's shit, don't they? What? My wife thinks it's shit, but if I forget it, she'll still be angry. Work that one out.
I hated that thing where, like, the opposite of Valentine's Day, everyone was like, oh, a month later, it's steak and blowjob day. As if that's the opposite of Valentine's Day. Then shall we rename Valentine's Day to plant-based protein and pussy? Like, it's not... That's
I'm
going
not
to get
averse to that.
Yeah,
Step up, Rob. Yeah. Step up.
Is Emma stepping up her expectations now that you're doing a lot of telly and touring?
yeah. I mean, I'm not, like, well-known. I'm not sure how many of this audience knew me. When I walked on, I just looked like an electrician had wandered on set. Do you know what I mean?
You look stunning.
Thank you. Slag. Sorry. That felt like a risk. Fuck me. Like, I'm in my early 40s now. My body is starting to fail a bit. You know what I mean? I've got carpal tunnel in both hands. So I can't really grip things, you know? And I always thought that she'd leave me for somebody taller or richer, but it could just be a bloke that could open jars at this point. Some flash bastard comes in and goes, give me that marmalade. I'm like, OK, mate, she's yours. Look after her. She's a lovely girl. I mean, she talks a bit in the beginning of films, but if you get past that...
Do you find yourself, like, at the shops going, no, I don't really like pickled onions anymore?
You stay away from them gherkins, girl.
My friend last year went on a Valentine's Day and she went on one of the dating apps and she had, like, it was a lovely date. She met this guy, it was all nice. They were, like, drinking a bottle of wine and they're, like, flirting, ha, 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 and because that's how you flirt. And she said, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom, so she went to the bathroom. She got to the bathroom, put her phone down, she's doing her hair in the mirror, and her phone went, boo, boo, like, vibrated. So she picked it up and read it, and it was a text message from the date at the table, and she read it. Then she came back out, and the guy sitting there had his head in his hands, and she went, and he went, yeah, I think I just messaged you. And the message read, yeah, mate, we're a bottle of wine down. Think I'm going to fuck her in the bum tonight?
And this... Sorry, Jamie. This friend of yours... Jessica, what about... You're married, right?
Yeah.
You do the Valentine's thing?
No, too risky.
Too risky?
Yeah. Diarrhea day, I call it.
What? Why is it called diarrhea
I
day?
am allergic to oysters, and I found that out the hard way.
Where were you putting them?
Genuinely.
There was a bottle of wine down.
I think, actually, that people should know this about oysters. That a lot of them, because, no, Jamie, it's important. A lot of oysters contain the norovirus. And the seas are getting warmer, guys.
Quality.
And the bacteria is not dying in the cold seas like it used to. And that's making us sick. And that's making us poo our pants in front of people. Now I know that I was allergic to oysters and not Valentine's Day. The other thing that happened to me on Valentine's Day was that I put candles all around my room and I took off my tights in a sexy way.
That's impossible.
How do you do it like that?
That is impossible. That cannot be done. You're putting too much pressure on yourself.
Yes, that's why I
Tights
hate
can't be removed
Valentine's.
sexily.
No, exactly. And I caused a fire.
What, from the candles or the friction?
I don't know.
Well, some people love Valentine's Day so much they'll go to any lengths to protect their gifts. OK, most people hate Valentine's Day. True or false? What are you going to go for?
Oh, true.
True.
It's gotta be.
I think most people hate it.
We all hate it. Do we all hate it?
I think false. I think people do like it. It's a bit of fun, especially with single people.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you the answer is false. Only 33% of people hate Valentine's Day. I like to shower my girlfriend with gifts on Valentine's Day, and by gifts I mean sperm, and by girlfriend I mean tummy. Words can't express how beautiful I think my girlfriend is, but numbers can. 3 out of 10. Fucking hope she doesn't watch this. Rob's team, what do you fancy?
The drinks?
You've chosen the drink, so we're going to play a game. Rob's team and Katherine, join me in the middle for who's drinking the disgusting drink. Come on down. Katherine, Rob's team have a series of drinks. 2 of them will be drinking something delicious, but 1 of them will be drinking something truly disgusting every time. All you've got to do is tell me who's drinking the disgusting drink. OK, so let's get a lighting change for tension. Let's play Who's Drinking the Disgusting Drink?
Wow.
It sounds like a lightsaber being put away. All right, it was just a misunderstanding, Obi-Wan. OK, Rob's team, it's time to try your first drink. So drink number 1. Fruit smoothie with berries and banana for all of you, apart from 1 of you. And 1 of you has got a fruit smoothie, but with extra mackerel and fish sauce.
Oh, God. There's a weird smell around here. Can you smell that?
Yeah, I think it might be the mackerel, mate.
OK, so you can all take a drink. OK.
I don't think I tasted mine. Wait, oh my fucking God.
Who do you think so far?
It looked like Jessica really did not enjoy her first drink.
OK, so well, let's try another drink. It's time now for a delicious whiskey for 2 of you, but 1 of you has malt vinegar, so just look at their faces.
Oh, delicious, delicious. I will love any of this.
OK.
Oh my.
I would drink...
1, 2, 3, drink.
Guys, a chip shop. Malt vinegar's so nice.
I mean, it was awful, but I feel alive.
Jessica, you really did swallow that and you didn't need to.
Oh, God, I don't need to swallow it.
Well, that's a... That's a career in Hollywood ruined. OK, all right, so who are you going to now?
It seemed like that was... The boys disliked that
Okay.
more than Jess, and Jess swallowed.
Yeah, but I'm also swallowing mine. I'm swallowing every... Are you not swallowing
You
yours?
went to public school, though, Jess.
OK, 1 more. This is a delicious latte, but for 1 of you, it's made with French cheese, mayonnaise and horseradish.
No, no.
OK, so take a little bit of...
God.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Try not to smell it, I think would be my advice.
OK.
Don't smell it.
That is the fucking worst thing. Oh my God.
Fucking hell, it's mad French bastards.
Who do you think is drinking the disgusting drink?
Well, they all 3 seem like they're drinking disgusting drinks. But if we're not giving disgusting drinks to Jamie, then why the fuck is he here?
I mean... You can't argue with the logic.
Yeah.
If you're undecided, you can get them to take another sip.
No, you know that I don't...
Yeah, I think maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah,
'cause then you
let's
can
swap around. Why don't we do that?
No, because I think if you want us all to take another sip, I think that's fine.
Oh, no.
Should we go for the 1 first team?
Yeah,
As team captain. I mean, it's not often I get to use my responsibility. I sort of sit in the middle, but I think it's best if
Yeah, I
off you
think-
go,
I
Jay.
think
You're power happy.
I am power happy. Now get that down, you.
Oh my God.
Right, number 2, get the vinegar down, you. Come on, Jess. Come on, Jay. Oh my God. Cheers, chin chin.
Oh my
Off we go. To forgiveness. Lovely stuff, right, mate.
Coffee, round it off. I feel like we may have given this away somewhat now.
OK. I don't know.
That's the worst one. That is
Should we try a bit of that one?
Yeah,
That's the liquid cheese.
Go on, get it done. Do half
That's
of it.
called...
Go on, do half of it. You're team captain. Do half of it. Go on.
Go on, Rob.
Go on, get it.
OK, so, Katherine, you thought it was...
Oh, it's like paint
Jamie.
stripper.
Oh, well, I can tell you the answer is Jamie. It's Rob's team. What do you like the look of?
Oh, what do you like the look of? Oh, well, them, obviously. Spencer and Vogue, isn't it? We've got to go Spencer and Vogue.
All right, you've chosen Spencer and Vogue. Here is your related question. Most people think their life would make a good reality show. True or false?
But and who's voting this lot? Has there been a poll or something?
Yeah, that's what the show is.
There's been a poll. OK.
Because you've got a reality TV show, right?
Yeah.
You were made in Chelsea first, and then you've got your own show.
Yeah.
You've got your spin-off.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at the spin-off.
Right.
You know, we hear that lots of movements can induce a child. She sits on this big bouncy ball and bounces up and down.
One other thing we've been doing is trying to have more sexy times because that supposedly helps Labour come along. That's not working either, probably because it's not lasting long enough, so the baby doesn't even realise it's happened.
Listen, I'm good at sex. Plain and simple.
He's quick and efficient.
It's very on time.
That to me is doing a good job. Quick, efficient.
Yeah.
Plain
It's
and
to you,
simple.
it's to you.
Plain and simple, quick, efficient, sort yourself out. Thanks a lot. Good job. Sounds like you're talking about a yoghurt.
How often do you get followed around by the cameras?
It's not as invasive as you think it is.
OK, so how often?
well,
Like
They're
a
not
week?
going to follow us doing boring things. They follow us when we're
I
doing...
know, I've seen the show, they do.
It's quite organised.
Nadine, do you watch any reality TV?
Do you know what I love? Have you been watching the SAS Who Dares ones?
Yeah.
I feel like because I done the jungle that I'm now basically in the SAS.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can basically do all of that stuff.
Because you hit your head?
Did you enjoy doing it?
I did.
Like the eating?
I think I got away pretty lightly.
You didn't eat kangaroo anus?
Just one. Do you know what it tasted like? And I actually like this. You know if you make like the fat on a steak?
Yeah, delicious.
Amazing.
Best bit.
That's what it tasted like.
Best bit.
So I was like, I'm going to pretend this is really rough. Like, oh. And I was like, oh, I could do another one actually.
Yeah, actually. I'd only do a reality show if I could get to do the VO on it. I'd be like, oh, there's Rob, the big dick legend in the post of it. Absolutely smashing the banter with the lady behind the desk, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
There's not a lot of drama in my life. If I had a reality show, the biggest drama would be like, oh, the fridge is making a weird sound. Then we'd end on a big mid-season cliffhanger, like, will Catherine's Uber driver carry her up the steps again? Yes.
He's got to stop drugging you.
A show about my life would be awful. It'd just be me eating a malt loaf shouting at Alexa.
Oh, the reality show I'd like to see is Towie versus Made in Chelsea. Right. Like a fight.
I fought Wayne Bridge for sport.
And he
Relief.
jabbed your head off.
I got the shit kicked out.
He absolutely destroyed you.
Well, hang on, let's what?
No, he jabbed your fucking head off, Ben.
He did.
Let's didn't get near him.
Let's not mess around. I won the first round. I won the first round.
OK, if you want.
Phil, what do you reckon?
Does anyone here watch the show Terrace House?
No.
Does anyone watch Terrace
Coronation
House?
Street.
No, it's the only reality show I watch. It's about a bunch of very well-behaved, good Japanese people who suddenly have to live in a house together and get on. Last week, they had to have a house meeting because one of the members didn't make lunch with a sufficient degree of honor. So there are ups and downs, but it's a really cracking show, Terrace House.
So what would be in a Phil Wang reality show?
Oh, what wouldn't it be? A lot of...
Pythagoras?
Yeah, he's directing.
He's great at camera angles.
Yeah, good angles, sorry.
That's good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was excellent,
It was a good
actually,
maths
yeah.
pun. I think people didn't realise
It
that
was so good, I presumed you didn't mean to say it.
Yeah, I did mean it.
OK, so what do you think? Let's get some answers on this. Most people think their life would make a good reality TV show. True or false, Rob?
We think true, but it actually wouldn't be.
Oh, so I've only just realised that the question's not actually directed at us. It's a general question.
Your whole life must feel a bit
I thought you were asking whether or not we are interested.
No.
I was like, oh, it's a bit shit if everyone says no. You know what I mean?
No, in general, but you're the jumping off
Oh,
point.
God, true, yeah. God, everyone will think they want to be on a show, yeah.
Why did you marry him? OK, and what do you think, Catherine?
What do you think, Nadine?
I think it's true. I think people think the world revolves around them, so they would think, yes, we would make a great reality show.
We're going to say true.
OK, so I can tell you the answer is false. Only 36% of people think their life would make a good reality TV show. A friend of mine got on that reality TV show, One Born Every Minute. She was absolutely dilated. Now it's time for a quick bonus round. Rob, Katherine, come and join me in the middle for a brand new game for 2020. It's called Is There a Duck? The rules of Is There a Duck are simple. Katherine, you'll be blindfolded. You'll have to guess if there's a duck.
OK.
Rob, we've given you some classic duck bluffing equipment. You'll need Katherine to give me the wrong answer. Now, Katherine, don't let the duck bluffing equipment make you think that there's not going to be a duck. There might be a duck. Do you both understand the rules of Is There a Duck?
No, but I'm up for a laugh.
Let's play Is There a Duck?
Yes!
Katherine, please.
So I get in here.
Into the arena. Take a seat.
Yep. OK.
I think we've got an eye mask and headphones for you to put on. Oh, yeah, lovely. OK, there's the eye mask. OK, so...
Can a duck peck your vag off?
That is what we're going to find out. Those are noise-cancelling headphones, so you won't be able to hear. All right, OK.
Right.
So, Rob, go and either get the duck or don't get the duck. Katherine, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure what the point of the fucking earphones is. Rob has gone to either get a duck or not get a duck. Audience, obviously, we're in on what's going on here, if there's a duck or not a duck, so you've got to just...
Keep stum.
Yeah. OK, so you've got the duck bluffing equipment to use.
Yeah, I've got it.
Rob, OK, so, Katherine, I mean, they didn't really do anything anyway, so is there a duck?
Still feel there's no duck.
OK, she brings it out.
That's the duck noise? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, that just sounds like London on any rainy day. I sort of feel like Rob's having a ducking breakdown. I like
Weird
that
now, isn't
duck.
it?
I'm not sure what we're doing anymore.
Do you know what? Oh my God, Rob!
What if it's not a duck, but something bigger?
Like, what's bigger than a duck?
A tiger.
Goose? A tiger. It goes duck, goose, swan, doesn't it? Longer than neck, new bird. That's how it works. Duck's got a little neck, goose longer neck, swan biggest neck, then giraffe, but I don't think that's a bird.
Oh, I tell you what, Attenborough goes, he's got the job.
Right.
I put it to you, is there a duck?
I mean, a duck has not interacted with me, but I feel that there must be one. Otherwise, you two guys are just tying up women and then being like, is there a duck? And then they agree to, like, come into your weird fucking sex game.
Don't hate the player, hate the day.
OK, Katherine, so is there a duck? Final answer, please.
Yeah, I think that this is a weird game between you two about power, and I don't think there was ever a duck.
OK, blindfold off.
Duck!
Well done, Rob. You call Katherine, you get a bonus point for your team. So at the end of that round, it's 3 points for Rob's team, 1 point for Katherine's team. Katherine, Angela, Jamali, what do you like the look of?
We'll go for the happy man and woman looking at a laptop.
OK, well, you picked the working colleagues flirting. Here's your related question. Most people would not date a colleague, true or false?
I think that's false.
You think most people would date a colleague?
Yeah,
Have you dated a colleague? Bit of
No.
one-show gossip.
No.
You haven't?
No.
Angela's a model, and who wants to date a male model? Just have a wank and call it a day.
Would you ever date a colleague, Jamali?
I wouldn't like date another comedian because we're all psychos.
Katherine, have you ever dated anyone at work?
Of course, people are dating colleagues. Who else are you going to date?
Yeah.
A colleague, to me, is just a man with a job, and that's good enough.
Depends where you work, though, isn't it? Broadmoor, no. Spearmint Rhino, yes.
Katherine, you used to work in a bar. Was there any romance there?
No, but I fucked the manager because I wanted to leave early.
How many hours did you get off the normal work shift for fucking a manager?
I just got
got to leave whenever I wanted, but I felt like I was playing him.
Yeah.
I actually had a crush on him as well, so it wasn't like
win-win,
torture. Yeah. And also, I had my sights. Like, I wasn't fucking the line cooks. I was sucking off the manager.
Straight to the top, innit? Yeah.
Thank you. Someone is a manager of a restaurant. Thank you, sir.
You've got aspirations. I can't be mad at that.
Do you know what?
Sound like a boyfriend. You're home early, you've got aspirations, do what you got to do.
I feel really bad for your husband now every time. Oh, you're home early.
This was before Me Too. Now I see there's a bit of a power imbalance there, but we didn't think it at the time because it's such a matriarchy. We had so many women like collaborating and working together that a few of us were fucking at the time.
This geezer was filling his boots, wasn't he? Yeah, you can go home early. Sweet.
He was there on his own for 8 hours. All the staff are gone, don't know why.
Poor fella, it was worn down to a nub.
Absolute costume of a geezer wandering around. Back to work again.
Have you ever dated a colleague at work, Maisie?
As Jamali said, like, as a comic, you're basically asking me what's your type, a narcissist in tears. Like, it's horrible. Like, no. Well, but also, like, with being a comic, I just get home and compare myself. My boyfriend now, he runs a cocktail bar. Like, I'll be honest, if he comes home with Best Bartender of the Year, I'll still be like, well, it should have been me.
What if he comes home early?
Then I will drop kick Katherine in the face.
What about you? Did you ever have a regular job before sort of TV madness took over? What did you used to do for a living?
So I worked as a fire protection officer.
Give over.
I swear to God. So I was working at the BBC White City. I was working there. Basically, I'd go into a room and I'd have to try and think, like, if there's a fire in this room, I'd have to contain it. So the BBC's fucking... It's going to go up like a fucking tinderbox. Honestly, I cut so many corners there, it was unreal.
You go out with people you work with, like...
Yeah, but not another fire protection officer. Like,
OK, have you ever dated a colleague?
Yeah, acting-wise, I dated a young lady called Cara Twinton who played my sister in EastEnders.
Wow.
I met Stacey when I was doing The Jungle, so she spent a bit of time out there. And...
What about doing panto? Anyone?
Anyone on panto? When you were doing panto, though, was there anyone?
No, come on, I can't do that.
Well, when you were on panto, though, was there...
Sorry.
You're such a dick.
Look. Well, let's just say Grumpy wasn't grumpy anymore.
Would you date a colleague? Rob, have you ever dated a colleague?
Not fucking has he. Who would date him? You're laughing, yeah?
So let me get some answers on this. So most people would not date a colleague. True or false? What are you going to say, Rob?
I think people would date a colleague, I'd say.
So you're saying false?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's false.
All right, what do you think, Katherine?
I want to go home early. True.
You go home early. OK, well, I can tell you the answer is false. 73% of people would date a colleague. There's nothing sexier than secretly dating someone at work, exchanging illicit glances and calling each other by your secret pet names whilst your colleagues don't suspect a thing. Isn't that right, Big Knob Rob? Rob, Harriet, Gemma, what do you like the look of?
Oh, what have we got here? A nice holiday? Desert island
go on
thing.
then.
So you've chosen the palm tree. Here's your related question.
Okay.
Most people think they could survive on a desert island. True or false?
OK.
That's false.
OK, right, it's
maybe
false.
wrong.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? Depends. I would think I'd be fine until I got thirsty and hungry. Then it'll get stressful.
I think I'd be all right for a little bit. But, I mean, Gemma, you were on I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah.
I reckon you lasted about 4 minutes before you kicked off. Have a look at this.
I'm shitting myself. Just enjoy it.
Here we go.
Is it your first time in a chopper?
Yeah. How long are we in here for? Be serious. Okay. No, can you stop a minute? I'm being serious. Stop. I need to get out. Honestly.
You need to get out?
Yeah, I'm going to be sick. I'm not turning this. No way. It's safe. sorry. That is just so scary. How the hell does anyone think that's normal doing that? Some people need breaking in gently. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, all right, I've cracked at the first hurdle, but it's like the turtle and the slug, or the horse and the rabbit. I can't remember what it was. The slowest one won in the end.
Turtle and the slug. The turtle and the slug.
It's just like the turtle and the slug and the horse and the rabbit.
I'm still trying to work out what would win, a turtle or a slug.
I truly believe that no one would be able to survive on a desert island after my experience in the jungle.
Jordan was sent to a desert
Oh,
island.
yeah, I did that. Bear Grylls, the island, yeah.
Oh.
It was a good experience, but it was fucking boring.
Yeah, no, I tried to watch it.
People were saying things like, you know, about these 2 weeks, and they'd be like, oh, mate, I'd kill for a burger, or like, oh, I'd kill for a strawberry milkshake. And I got to the point where I was like, you know, you can just go home.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, isn't it?
How long did you last in the jungle, Jim?
Well, it was genuinely 6 days, but you only saw, I think, about 2 or 3. Yeah, I actually went to the Bush Tucker trial and asked Bob if he could bring me a Diet Coke, and they said no. Unfortunately, I said, I'm really sorry, I'm not going to be able to do this, I've got to go.
Harriet, do you reckon you could survive on a desert island?
Well, I don't think I'm the right person to ask because I've got a nut allergy, so I couldn't even survive in a pret-a-manger. Dangerous out there for me, just in England, you know.
What about you, Finn? Do you reckon you could?
Yeah, I'd eat someone like that. Sorry, what was the question?
OK, so what do you think? Most people think they could survive on a desert island. What do you think people are going to say, Rob?
False.
No. Hell no.
Hell
Think
no.
hell no?
No.
What do you think, Catherine?
I can't go anywhere hot. I cope with sunlight like Prince Andrew copes with studio lights. I'm just too pale for any holiday. That's why I moved here. I didn't move here for the weather. I like the dreariness of it all. Yeah, no, people do not think they can survive.
Well, OK, I'll tell you the answer is true. 66% of people think they could survive on a desert island. Yeah. I don't know about having good survival skills. I find it quite difficult to cope when the petrol station shop is closed and you have to push things through that little tray.
You don't go and pay. Tough watching your driver pay, innit? What was it? One of those little drawers again? All right, yeah.
Catherine, what do you like the look of?
Ooh, I think I like the carrot.
OK, you've chosen the carrot, which means it's time for a quick bonus round. Gemma, Catherine, join me for Carrot in a Box.
Let's do it.
The rules of Carrot in a Box are simple. You both have a box, but only one of the boxes has a carrot in it. The aim of the game is to end up with a carrot. It's a game of bluff. OK, Catherine?
Yeah.
In a moment, I'll ask you to look in your box. If you don't have the carrot, then you have to bluff Gemma into her giving you her box. But ultimately, it's Gemma's choice whether she keeps her box or swaps it with your box.
Okay.
So, Catherine, look in your box.
Yep.
OK, Catherine, you want a carrot. Gemma, you want a carrot. Let's play Carrot in a Box.
I can confirm, Gemma, there is a carrot in my box.
Right, I know a blag when I see one. I used to be a car dealer. There's a carrot in that box.
Yes, there is a carrot in the box.
Yeah, there is. There is a carrot in the box.
You're right.
I know that there's a carrot in that box by the first bit of conversation you did.
I told you there's a carrot in the box, yeah.
Yeah, but I think you were saying that to blag me. I could be wrong, but I do think there's a carrot in that box.
Would you lie to GC?
No, I wouldn't.
But you want the carrot.
Listen, babes, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Literally a carrot in my fanny and the box.
I think there is, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, never been surer.
You've never been surer?
I thought the aim of this game was to tell if there's a carrot in the box.
Yes.
Right.
That is the aim of the
I
game.
think there's a carrot in that box. Can we lift the lid and can I sit back down, honey? Please. Just this game thing excites me out. No? Yeah. I do think there's a carrot in that box.
I'm sorry, and your complaint is you've been standing up for too long. Fucking hell, GC.
Put me out of my misery. Open that box and let me sit back down, please, next to Robert.
To be fair to Gemma, she's got a long journey home. She'd give her cab driver free addresses.
Gemma, it's your decision. Do you want to swap with Catherine's box or do you want to keep your own?
Swap the box, the carrot's mine.
OK, all right. Is there a carrot in that box?
Yeah! Well done, Gemma.
That means the winner of carrot box is Gemma!
See?
She won a carrot.
It was the sky pointing. You're
Oh, my
good.
God. Put it up again. It's the same colour, isn't it?
Listen, I'm too clued up.
I'm not. I could learn a lot from you. People lie to me all the time, and I don't know until I'm pregnant.
Rob, Paisley, Josh, what do you like the look of?
The suitcases?
You've chosen the suitcases. Here's your related question. Most people find going on holiday stressful. True or false?
True. The one thing that proper grinds my gears about going on holiday is you get to the hotel and your room's not ready. Like, that shit pisses me off. Like, I get that other people stay here too, but you know I'm coming.
Yeah.
So please let the room be ready. Like, I don't want to sit there in my sweaty plain clothes in the baking heat, like, sipping a mimosa. I'm like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I want to strip down.
Well, you seem very stressed. Do you know what you need?
If they kept me waiting like that, I would put my sweaty plain pum straight in their pool and be like, your problem now.
The thing is, I get quite stressed at the airport. What annoys me the most is when you try and buy something and they go, oh, you got a boarding card? But why do I need my boarding pass for this? Do you think... Of course I'm flying somewhere. Do you think I've gone through security for an hour to buy a packet of minstrels for £8?
That's what really scared me about Heathrow. I was going to Ireland. I used to go all the time when my Nana was still alive. She, like, really stretched that out. Like, 10 years she pretended to die. And you'd go closer and closer and closer to the Ryanair gate, and then there was an off-license right by the door to go on the plane. And they had a big sign there that was like, no ID, no sale. And I was like, no ID? How'd you get in the fucking airport? How'd you get to the gate?
What about you, Josh? You go away on holiday much?
Well, the only holidays I've been on in the last 10 years have been on a badge. So...
How many A's is it? Badge.
Are you
in Peaky Blinders?
I am. I told you I'm dangerous. I am.
What are you on? Are you...
A badge. And there's a lot of stress, you know, there's driving the badge.
Yeah, just say what you're on. Badge!
Cooking in the badge, boxer size on a badge, aggressive
Stop
dish.
saying badge! How come you went on a badge holiday?
When I was at uni, some guy who went uni with, he had a badge in Reading. So we went there. To be honest, this is quite sad. For years, it was the only time I've been to London when I was stuck in the megabus bus station waiting to go to Reading on my badge. That was my whole experience of London till about 3 years ago. It was great, though. They had a Greggs.
Yeah. So, do you travel much?
I used to interminably when I was in the theatre. Because I'm an erstwhile thespian, you see.
Yes.
So I went all over the UK, up and down, again and again, and around in awful digs. My dad said I was living off the smell of an oily rag. I thought that was a divine remark.
The same oily rag you used on your mum. Kiri, what do you find stressful about travel over here?
Last girls' holiday I went on was a nightmare. Really horrible. Like, I lacerated my hand on a rock playing in the sea, and then we went to get it sorted out, and it needed 4 stitches, but it was like €200, and I didn't have that. I'd spent it on the holiday. So I just bought some iodine and poured it in the wound, and then sellotaped it up. And then we booked to go to a water park the next day, and I couldn't get it wet because I had it sellotaped and I had to keep it straight. So all the photos of me are basically doing a full-on Nazi salute on all the rides. sides, trying to keep my wound dry.
Now, one way to make holidays less stressful is to ensure you get to the gate at the airport on time. I've got a time-saving invention here. Would you like to have a go? It's a suitcase, and it's like a ride-on suitcase. Rob, do you want to go?
Yes. I've never wanted to do anything more in my life.
OK, so you can probably figure it out. It's, yeah, open
it
that,
comes out there?
And then you can pull up the handle.
Oh, hello.
Pull up that.
What?
It's quite powerful.
Yeah.
Right.
Here we go.
So you're... Rob, the flight leaves in 2 minutes. It's over there. You're all the way over there.
Not a problem.
It's a busy airport, Rob. You're never going to make it,
Not
mate.
a problem, mate. I've got a speedy boarding. Here we go. Is that on?
Mate, honestly, the flight is going.
No! I'll come back round.
I've never seen him this happy.
See you next week! That's the best thing I've ever had. I'm having this now, Jim. I don't know.
That's good.
I mean, it don't corner well.
Oh, darling, that hump, you practically flew.
You
Yeah,
did.
It turned into chitty before my eyes.
You've got to be brave with it. Flying through Gatwick on that. Kids walking 100 metres behind. See you later, kids.
OK, let's get some answers. Most people find going on holiday stressful. What do you think, Rob?
I'd say yeah. Like...
OK, what do you think?
I say yeah.
Yeah, no.
You're saying false. What are you going to go with, Catherine?
We think it's absolutely true.
Yes.
On holiday.
OK, well, I can tell you the answer is false. But 39% of people do find going on holiday stressful.
Thank you very much.
When I went on holiday, I was worried that my elderly nana wouldn't be there when I got back. I needn't have worried. I rushed back from the airport, and there she was, lying at the bottom of the stairs just where I left her. OK, Catherine, what do you like the look of?
I think I like the face paint.
OK.
Yes.
Well, you've picked the face painting, which means it's time for our face painting challenge. Rob and Josh, Catherine and Tom, put on your smocks. Come and join me in the middle.
Whoa.
Come on. OK. Lovely. OK, so it's a face painting challenge.
No.
The rules of the game are simple. Rob, you'll paint Josh's face. Catherine, you're going to paint Tom's face. The person who does it best wins an extra point for their team. Couldn't be simpler, except Catherine and Rob will both be wearing special goggles, so everything will look upside down.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Catherine, you'll be painting Tom to look like a tiger, and Rob, you'll be painting Josh to look like a clown.
OK.
OK, so those are the goggles. If you
Right,
pop
OK,
those
put it on. Oh, this is... Oh, God.
Goggles.
OK.
Oh, I don't like it.
It's horrible.
I might throw up. I don't know if I can do it.
My cock looks massive in
Okay,
it.
hang on. No.
Can we do it?
If I throw up, I throw up.
All right, your time starts now.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Darling.
Go, Catherine.
I mean, I can't even get the fucking
Okay.
brushes.
Okay.
She's your handy.
I want to do well.
White base, Rob. White base for the clown.
I was going to do his nose, actually.
Start with the
you start
nose.
getting involved.
Sure, so
Oh,
just
this-
red.
It's awful.
I can't even get to it. It's fucking mental.
Oh, look at that. Look at the speed he's working with.
Is Rob going fast?
It's not even started.
It's so awful.
I'll do that and you move your face.
It's so awful.
Try a different brush.
Okay.
You know, I was going to say this is my ASMR.
Okay, sorry.
Suddenly it's in my mouth.
Okay,
Right.
wait. Close your eyes a bit.
Oh, I feel sick.
Darling, you're very tender of touch.
Well, it's bothering me that I can't be good.
OK.
I don't like hurting people.
It feels very symmetrical thus far.
What are you doing?
Keep your hands still.
I'm so sorry, Josh.
Darling.
Sorry.
Why are you
That's rather
painting his shirt?
I can't. Oh, wait. Because...
What are you?
I keep talking
Looking at
you
me
know where
over my head.
I feel absolute. I don't know where anything is.
Well,
Why are you slurring your words?
Because mate, I don't know what's going on here.
He's on a badge.
Oh, here we go. We're back in the game now.
Divine. And I think you've got perfect symmetry until the spots went on.
There's nothing in that one! Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, Tom, Okay, close your lips, Tom.
Is that all right?
I was trying to put some black on.
What is that on?
My head. Before it. Oh, fuck off.
Sorry.
I can't do it.
Where are you, Tony?
I can't do it.
I feel like I've wanked off an elephant.
OK, your time's up. You can take off your glasses.
Oh, it's so horrible.
It is horrible.
OK. I think we've got to agree Katherine is the winner of that challenge.
Yeah!
Rob, Rosie, Joel, what do you like the look of?
Ooh, OK. Oh, was that a school photo?
It does look like that. It does really look like that.
We're going to have to go for Joel.
OK, so you've gone for Joel. Joel, you're used to keeping secrets on The Masked Singer. So here's your related question. Most people think they're good at keeping secrets. True or false? What do you think?
I think I'm bad, actually, at keeping secrets. And I'm now involved in The Masked Singer, which involves me keeping a secret. We filmed it in September, so...
You filmed it in September? Checks landed, right? Fuck it.
Yes, basically, with The Masked Singer, it's so funny because people on Twitter and everyone who watches it generally go like, what is this show? This is the worst television I've ever seen. And 5 minutes later, they're like, I'm addicted, I love this show so much.
I love the show so much.
Thank you, Rosie.
But the only heartbreaking thing for me is I can never do it. Because people will be like, why is that unicorn got cerebral palsy? Oh, it's Rosie.
No, but this is the thing. This is the thing with the show, Rosie. People throw out red herrings. It could be someone pretending to have cerebral palsy.
Rosie, you can go on it and pretend not to have cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Oh, but then I'll lose a lot of TV work.
Rosie. Rosie. Never mind the TV work, what about the benefits?
Imagine the disabled bay. You can really lay it on thick.
Yeah, I love that, but my favourite perk is the toilet. Great for shitting, great for wanking.
Wanking. Is that what those bars are for?
Yeah.
And then you're pulled when you've come. Someone help me! Absolute mess in here! I used the disabled toilet once because there was no other toilet, right? I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry, OK?
You should have shot yourself.
I should have... That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
But I thought, I'll go in, I'll be quick, right? I was in there, and then someone knocked on the door. I went, oh, I'll be out in a minute. And then he went, I hope you're disabled. It's a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah. Rob, are you good at keeping secrets?
It depends who you're trying to keep it from, innit? If you're trying to keep a secret from your mum, that's fine. But if, if the Taliban have got electrodes attached to your bollocks, then I'm going to talk.
What about you guys? You good at keeping secrets?
I'm good at keeping all of your secrets, even the ones about your sexuality.
Ovi, have you kept any big secrets?
Yeah, I'm good at keeping secrets.
Are you? Like when you pull people for a chat, which means a confidential conversation in front of 5 million people?
Oh, no. Yeah, there's no secrets in the house, but in general, yeah, if it's a big enough secret, if it's important, I'll keep it.
Like if you're dating Amber.
Oh, Lord.
If you were dating Amber, though, would you be able to keep that secret?
If I was dating Amber, it wouldn't be a secret.
So you're not dating her, but you are...
Oh, yeah, I feel like I can't win. I can't win here.
What do you mean you can't win? You're fucking Amber. I think you
are. Rosie's very good for a secret because she's usually pissed. Like, we learned so much, we got to slag people off.
Yeah.
And, I like when people cut straight to the point. I don't want any small talk. I want to know who's fucking now.
Yeah. Me, not.
I've had the best secrets off you, Rosie.
Yeah, I mean, I am like a human megaphone.
Yeah.
Like, because people think I'm a cute little disabled lady. And they're like, oh, can I confide in you? And I'm like...
Oh, do that face again. That's a very good confide. Can I confide in you, Rosie? Can I confide in you?
And then I'm like, oh my God! Everyone gets in a football.
Yeah.
Is that foot porn?
A throuple. A threesome, Jimmy.
Throuple? Who called it a throuple? It sounds like something from the Victorian ages. One had a throuple last
night. What's your biggest secret, Katherine?
I mean, unfortunately, I've told everyone all of my secrets to make money, but... but I'm quite good at keeping other people's secrets. Like, before the show, Ovi told me that he has a weird dick, and I would never tell anyone that.
I can hide that for you.
Yeah. It's got...
I will keep that secret.
OK, let's get some answers. So most people think they're good at keeping secrets. What do you think, Rob?
I think people think they are. I think they're like...
They think they are, but they're not.
But they'll say that they are.
What do you think, Katherine?
In the age of social media, there are no secrets. My family found out I was married on the Jonathan Ross show.
I don't think you're most people, though, Katherine.
Catherine's team.
Do you think it's true, Ovi?
I think it's true.
Ovi says it's true.
Ovi says it's true.
So that's what we say. We think whatever Ovi thinks.
Agreed.
It's true.
Well, I can tell you the answer is true. 89% of people think they are good at keeping secrets. I couldn't possibly reveal any showbiz secrets. All I can say is she left because she was fucking Noel Fielding.
How dare you?
It's like a mad, cheese dream, them things. I can't even work out the logistics. Big pointy shoes. It's like a hamster fucking a crow.
Wow. I know a great way to keep a secret. It doesn't always work, but you could try having Jeffrey Epstein killed. Katherine, what do you like the look of?
I like electricity.
OK, you've chosen the electricity, so we're going to play a game. Rob's team and Katherine come and join me in the middle, and we're going to play Who Are You Shocking?
Okay.
Come on, Rosie, stop fucking about.
Now, Rosie.
I'm here.
All right. Katherine, Rob's team are hooked up to our electric shock machine, but it's rigged so only one of them will receive a shock every time you press that button. It's your job to work out who you are shocking. Rob, Joel, Rosie, it's your job to confuse Katherine, get her to choose the wrong person. OK, let's play Who Are You Shocking? Katherine, all you need to do is press this button to help you work out who's being shocked. You ready?
Yes.
OK, 3, 2, 1.
Fucking hell. Fuck, mate. Sorry.
OK, so what's your first thoughts? Who are you shocking there?
Get out.
Two of them.
Get out.
I mean, Rosie, really, it could go either way.
Even I don't know.
OK, hang on, I'm going to count you in. OK.
OK.
3, 2, 1, shock.
Fucking
I'm starting to enjoy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll turn it
Don't
up.
turn it up.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, that's how that works. OK, we've increased the voltage.
No. Yeah, Catherine, I'm disabled. Don't do it to me.
OK, you ready?
Yes.
OK, 3, 2, 1, shock.
All right.
Playing some fucking mind games, aren't I?
What was that?
Just playing some mind games now. Katherine don't know if I'm planning it up or that was it. Or I could have just piggybacked off the back of the shot.
I just thought at the end of that, it felt like that was your happy face.
I'm getting into it.
That's a face that only Mrs. Beckett gets to see.
Yeah, every 6 months. Oh, it's funny because it's true. Young kids. OK, let's carry on.
You know what?
OK, last one.
I think you should turn it up.
And I'm just going to turn the dial because imagine if that was a real thing. OK, last time. 3, 2, 1, shock. Well, the good news is Rob's come. OK, Katherine, simple question. Who are you shocking?
I don't think I'm shocking Rosie because even you would not do that. I think Rosie's too sweet. I think both Rob and Joel are really good at this. I really can't tell. I feel like I'm shocking Joel, though.
Yeah. OK, so you're saying Joel. OK, let's find out. And let's find out in a fun way. What I'd like you to do is stop acting and then press the button again and you will see who you've been shocking. OK. So you said Joel, so 3, 2, 1.
I've been shocking a woman with cerebral palsy.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
Awful.
Shame.
Yes.
Your
They were gonna do Joel, and when I had the chat, I said, please. Let it be me.
Rosie, I can't believe it.
Is that the...
That's it.
That's the shocking thing, is it? Oh, the power.
Jimmy, can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Rosie, I also have a secret. I like it too. Rob, Tom, Sophie, what do you like the look of?
What about the geezer with the top hat and...
Geezer with the top hat, OK. Here is your related question. Most people are more likely to trust someone with a posh accent. True or false? What do you think?
Oh, is this basically asking people if they trust Rob more than me? Like, for me, a pony is something you might ride, but for Rob, a pony is something that somebody might owe him in money.
I think Rob would still ride it.
Rob would charge you to ride it at the beach.
But Tom and Rob, didn't you guys go to the same school?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a fraud. No one spoke like that at our school apart from you.
Apart from me. And look at me now.
You're on the same show as him. What do you think? Because you've got a...
As long as it's German and posh, I'm all for it. And I believe anything.
We just don't have it. Every Canadian person has the same accent. And we're a huge country. But here, you do this weird thing. Like, even Scottish people, if they're posh, sound like Tom. And if you're from Birmingham, but you're posh, you sound like Tom again. And I just don't understand, like, does HMRC just send you a letter with your tax band being like, oh, good news, you get to talk this way for a year? Like, I don't.
The thing about Britain is, it's to try and explain to people, like, the idea that you go 20 miles and people have got a totally different accent.
Yes.
It's sort of incredible, whereas... But America and Canada are both newer countries, so I'm sure there are different accents there, but those are the native peoples that you killed.
I didn't kill them!
You didn't save them.
True.
Sophie, what do you make of the accent?
Oh, well, I was going to say that in North America, people always give me the same compliment, which I find very coded. They always say that I'm well-spoken. They're like, oh, you're so well-spoken. And I think that people in North America think that black women just shoot out of the womb with vocabulary completely made up of sassy grunts and Bible verses.
Yeah.
They only say things like, and child, and Lord Jesus. But I think you trust the posh accent, but you don't necessarily trust the, like, morally bankrupt person that it's attached to.
Don't look directly at me, as you say. Rich, I mean, we're a very sort of class-conscious country. It's just one of those things, isn't it? What do you think?
That's right. I mean, listen, what Catherine's saying is right. All of my family talk like Rob, apart from my mum, who talks like the Queen, because she wouldn't talk like the rest of the family. And so now I sound exactly like a cross between Rob and the Queen is how I speak. If the two of you mated, your child would talk like me.
I'm keen to find out.
Talk about a miracle baby.
Yeah. Pop the Queen's head on Adrian from Rocky's Body. I'm ready to go.
So then, are there people like your mum chooses to talk that way?
My mum chose to speak differently, so she was able to better herself, which is what you would do in the 60s. People will slum down their accents these days. That's the truth. People will try and talk a bit more like Rob, believe it or not. Whereas in the 70s, everyone tried to talk a little bit posh, if they weren't posh.
So you guys are walking around like just doing accents.
Yeah. So what do you think? Let's get some answers on this. Most people are more likely to trust someone with a posh accent. True or false, Rob?
Or what? I think like telephone voice, isn't it? It's like true.
Yes.
People do put it on, especially strangers. So.
Oh,
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I pick up the phone, I have to put on your voice, but yeah.
All right. Yeah. What? You've got to stop picking up the phone in my house when I'm not there.
OK, so they said true. What are you going to say?
Let's go false.
We say false.
OK. Well, I can tell you the answer is false.
Yeah! Well done, Richard.
Only 27% of people would be more likely to trust someone with a posh accent. People have different accents in different places in the country. People from Liverpool have a Scouse accent. People from Newcastle have a Geordie accent, whereas I speak properly. OK, so at the end of that round, it's 2 points to Rob's team and 3 points for Catherine's team. It's Catherine, Sarah, Dr. Ranch, what do you like the look of?
Oh, we like the look of Dr. Rand.
I love how Dr. Rand looks.
OK, so you've chosen Dr. Ranch. Here's your related question. Most people have avoided going to the doctor because they're too embarrassed. True or false?
I've seen my fair share of embarrassing things, so I would say no.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've seen?
So, this young chap was brought into A&E by his parents.
Cockney, big teeth.
Basically, his mum and dad had popped out. He had a little bit of a rummage in his mum's sock drawer.
Oh, yeah.
And found one of her vibrating aids.
Right, yeah, and what happened?
And was mucking about with it.
Mucking about,
Which
yeah,
is-
sure.
People do. And it went a little bit, literally went a little bit too far. To the point where he couldn't get it back out again. And he came in, and everyone kept hearing this buzzing. They're all checking their phones. He was so lucky because his parents were wetting themselves. So absolutely.
His mum wasn't anymore. He'd lost it.
But they couldn't take it out straight away. So he had to stay on the ward and wait for the batteries to run out.
Did it go all the way in?
All the way in. You can sometimes have a reflex where it sucks it up as well. So it literally went and then pulled it in, and before he knew it, it had gone too far.
How much do you think you need to leave?
Just enough for a pair of pliers should do.
Listen, I'm not a doctor, but why wouldn't you just give him a colonic or...
Not flush it out.
You can't.
Why not?
Drain pipe.
I think it literally is. I had a colonic and the world fell out of my
I had one for a TV show. It's not been on telly yet. But
I am not watching that.
The thing is, like, you sort of forget it happened, and then you'll get out the shower and you feel a breeze. You went, what? That feels weird. And it's your new hole. And it was good because they finished and we got to go and sit in the toilet now. Like, I went, well, fine, it's all out. No, she went, no, just go and sit in the toilet. About a minute later, I just emptied. It was like an evacuation. Wow. So when you do it, there's so much coming out that you think the toilet level's going to rise.
Do you know what they call that?
You can actually just start touching your arse.
Do you know what they call that?
What's that?
It's called a poonami.
Poonami, that's it.
It's so nice to learn these medical terms.
OK, most people have avoided going to the doctor because they are too embarrassed. Ed, what do you think?
I've been too embarrassed the whole time. And doctors make it more embarrassing deliberately when you go. I went for a penis issue. Imagine, like, you've got a turtleneck jumper.
Yeah.
And then on the turtleneck jumper, the foreskin's really tight. I went in and the doctor went, OK, pop it out. That makes me feel shit about myself. Pop is a small word, isn't it? I want to go in there and go and thwack it out. Well, just unfurl yourself there, please, Mr. Gamble.
I mean, I don't think I'm that embarrassed. I mean, like, you know, like, a lot of men don't go to that prostate check. I'm bang up for that. I'm like, if you need a check, do what you've got to do. I'll stick my finger up the doctor's arse if it helps. Fully on board.
Sarah, have you ever been too embarrassed to go to the doctor?
The thing is, I think, like, if you grow up with a Jewish mother, which I did, she took me to the doctor so often. She took me to the doctor the first time I got my period. I later realized, like a decade later, it's because she was worried
She said it was because she was worried about how long my labia were. What? But when I eventually asked dudes, and I was like, can I just? And the answer that I always got every time was like,
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. But they weren't that bad. That's the point that I really feel the need to make here on national TV.
Don't you inherit your labia from your mom? Because how beautiful...
Have you ever been with a guy that's gone, I think I know your mum?
Because at Christmas time, I was talking about how beautiful my vagina is, because I just got into talking about it lately. And I was saying, yeah, we don't have, we always, when we saw pornographic images, that wasn't weird to me, because that's what I know I look like and my sisters look like. And my stepdad was like, yeah, you guys all do. And we were all like, what? And he was like, oh, I mean, your mom. And that's how I came to that Christmas conclusion.
Oh, my God.
No.
Mine looks like an unpacked suitcase.
Donna Verona, have you ever been too embarrassed to go to the doctor?
Yes. Yeah. I just get embarrassed because if I go for a paper cut, pain in my knee, tonsillitis, I always end up with my top off and 3 junior doctors just staring at my boobs.
Whoa.
Three junior doctors going, no one asked you to take your top off.
Donna, what about you? What was your... too embarrassed to go to the doctor?
So, ladies, we have to have our smears, don't we? It's very, very important. I had an afternoon smear after work. Not great. Because, you want to be fresh. Yeah. Wasn't fresh. Okay. So, get there. I'll have a quick duck wash in the disabled toilet.
Yeah. That's what they're for.
Show them what a duck wash is.
Just very quick. And, I mean, there was no toilet roll. No toilet roll. Fine. There's always tissues in my bag. No tissue, but there's one, little one, very deep down inside the bag. Fine. Do the duck wash. I'm out. Legs spread up. Getting it in there, smear fine. She puts something in this little kidney bowl. What is it? It's not the tissue. I've got the tissue. Put it in the toilet. Fine. Carry on with the smear. Anyway, all done. Get me pants off I go. But I thought, oh, what's in that kidney bowl? Second-class stamp.
So what are you saying, true or false?
True, we're going for.
You're going true. What are you going to go for, Katherine?
Dr. Wrench tells me it's false.
Well, I can tell you the answer is false. Only 39% of people have avoided going to the doctor because they were too embarrassed. I went to the doctor and showed him my penis. I asked, is there anything I can get for this? He said, I don't know, a tiny vagina. My doctor told me I had a micro penis. I said, I want a second opinion. He said, it's also a weird shape. OK, Rob's team, what do you like the look of?
The light bulb.
You've chosen the light bulb, which means we're going to play a game. Rob and Dr. Ranch, it's time to play Buzzwire. Come join me.
Now,
what have you come as?
You know, you work at Sainsbury's from the waist up and Fred Astaire from the legs down.
You each have a buzz wire. Whoever gets to the end quickest wins. However, any time you touch the wire, you'll receive an electric shock from me. OK, you both ready? We'll just test these. All right, Rob, you ready?
Yep.
Oh, you... You said Rob!
I know I said Rob. Sorry, I'll do Rob. And Ranch.
Right, we know they work. We know
they definitely work. OK, Dr. Ranch. You go first. You can do this. You've got a steady hand. OK, here we go.
Good luck, mate.
All right, here we go. Oh, he's got a steady hand. Very good.
Go on, Ranch. Don't worry about the time. Just look after yourself. Very good. See,
those trousers are amazing.
Doctor. Wow.
Hope he doesn't.
Imagine you're taking a cock ring off a fractured dick.
If he don't get one buzz, I'm going to be so angry.
He's doing...
Oh! Stop! Please don't touch it anymore!
Short one!
Okay.
myself.
You didn't cut me then? Oh, I shit myself. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Really sweating.
My arse is sweating.
Well, we won't need the lube then.
Fucker.
Maybe you can go fast the rest of the way.
No, fuck!
Oh, there we go.
The wire's not long enough! The wire's not long enough!
Sorry to help. I'll help for you.
Oh, thank you!
Okay, come on, you're nearly there now, come on. I'll let that go.
In your own time, babe.
Okay, Rob. So we're timing you here. Okay, let's go.
I went through a lot of emotions there. There, I went, this is the best idea you've ever had. There, I thought my life was going to end.
No, go. That was a valiant attempt, but Rob, you get the point and the win. Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. John, Rachel and Josh, what do you like the look of?
Wedding one.
I don't like weddings because there's absolutely no chance of me ever being involved in them.
There is, they could change that law.
I think we might go for the sexy lady in the specs.
OK. We asked tonight's jury audience, would you rather be beautiful or brainy? What do you think they said?
I went on a date recently and 2 different people came up to us and said that she was far too attractive to me.
Wow.
I'm sure you've had it as well, Alex.
Total strangers came up to you?
One was a drunk Australian man who'd fallen out with his friends and he thought, well, I'll go and slag off this guy who's with a hot girl then. And then the second one was a drugs dealer in Camden who stopped a mobile phone call to point across the street and go, you shouldn't be with her, mate. And I didn't know whether that was the greatest compliment or the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
I go for ugly, stupid women. Really ugly, really stupid. So then people come up to me and they go, you're too good for her, mate. You shouldn't be with her. They go, there she goes. She's combing her hair with a shoe.
You have to look any further than our guests to see beauty and brains. Obviously, we've got Rachel. We've got, on the other end of the spectrum, we've got you. Mille pois.
Is that a compliment?
Yes, it is a compliment. Alex, what first attracted you to Jordan? What 2 things?
Au contraire.
Go on, so what do you find attractive?
Something. It's the Factor X, the enigma, I don't know, it's...
They're called tits.
I like it.
The whole package! So, what do you think our audience goes for? Do you think they'd rather be beautiful, or do you think they'd rather be brainy? What are you going to go for?
If you're beautiful but thick, then you never have the intelligence to question why people are hanging around with you. I mean, brains are what make you go, oh, I wonder if this is just a fickle relationship. If you're beautiful but thick, you go, everyone likes me. I would say, as a result of that, they'd say beautiful.
Well, you're team captain. This is your first go. So I'm very happy.
It's not nice to hear that in a woman's voice. This is your first go, isn't it? You're having fun. It's lasted long, isn't it?
I think they'll go brainy.
You think beautiful?
Yep.
I think beautiful, so you're outvoted.
You think the audience would rather be beautiful? What do you think, Sean?
Brains.
All right, let's have a look and see what the audience would rather be, beautiful or brainy.
Yeah, we're right.
Yeah, the answer is 65% of our studio audience would rather be brainy. I'm not sure. If people really did prefer brains, then Stephen Hawking would have sold a few more copies of his topless calendar. Sean, David, Tim, your turn first.
Well, I think we've got Tim here. We'll go for the gentleman who looks like he does a bit of rap.
OK, you've chosen the rapper. Here is a clip to illustrate your question.
Boys and girls, the Lord Jesus Christ is the one who gives us new life, and he's doing a new thing for us.
You know he's doing it. God is doing a new thing. God is doing a new thing. You know he's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing a new thing. You know he's doing it. Yo, who's doing it? God is doing a new thing in our lives. So we're doing a new thing through Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hit me.
You know they're doing a no thing. Here is your related question, OK? Most people would rather be a rap star than Prime Minister. Do you think that's true or false?
True.
Absolutely true. Why
You think
wouldn't
it's true? You want to be a rap star?
Why wouldn't you?
You might get shot, Tim.
I'm not a rap star and I
die
got shot, so it happens.
You got capped, didn't you, brother?
Yeah.
That's pretty whack, if you ask me. I mean...
That's how I felt about it.
So when you were...
No.
Doesn't hurt.
Where'd you get it?
Just in the arm.
Obviously, Tim Westwood, you would want to be a rap superstar, right?
All day.
All day?
Yeah, all the time, yes.
I like the idea that a rapper would stop at night. Yeah. I would bang another hoe, but early start in the morning. This will surprise people, but I'm not a fan of rap.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they've basically taken music and just stopped doing the singing bit. So we'll keep the backing, but we'll just talk.
I interviewed Cliff Richard and he said much the same thing.
Yeah.
You are at one on that.
That's another thing you've got in common with him.
People forget that Cliff Richard was pretty cool for a while.
David O'Doherty, would you rather be Prime Minister or rap superstar?
Well, I would make a terrible rap star. I am the least hip-hop person that I know.
Make a bloody good umpire, though.
Ireland beat England in cricket recently, and no one knows how to play it. You'd get the man hit it into the stand, and half the people in the pub I was watching it with were like, "Oh, well, that's rude." Is that good? Yes! Take that, 800 years.
So what do you think, Prime Minister or
I think
rap
people
star?
would much rather be a rap star. If you're a rap star, you can put hose on expenses, whereas you can't. Prime Minister, can you? Yeah.
It's the same for rap stars and gardeners.
OK, so you're all going rap star?
Yes, I think
OK,
so,
what
yeah.
about over here?
I would say no one wants to be Prime Minister, do they? So...
Not even the Prime Minister wants to be Prime Minister at the moment. You know, wouldn't imagine.
It's a lot of responsibility either way. Is there an option for neither?
There is, and you are living it.
I think we're going rap star, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I can tell you that it is false. Only 34% of people would rather be a rapper than Prime Minister. I'd mix the two and become MP Diddy. Sean, Mickey, Jedward. Pick a question.
Let's go for the man in the mask.
OK, you've chosen the mugger. Here is a clip.
Is he a mugger?
Yes, he is.
That's a bit judgmental, isn't it?
Yeah. Here's a clip to illustrate the question.
I've developed a practical, easy-to-learn self-defense program for seniors. In this segment, we want to teach you how to defend yourself against a rear low-section bear hug attack. Low section means that the attacker is grabbing you about the elbows. It is not possible to throw the arms off. In this case, you would step to your left, reaching back with your right hand through testicles and squeezing. Or you could step to your right, reaching back with your left hand, grabbing testicles and squeezing. In this case here, the first thing that's very good to do is to take your forehead and bang as hard as you can on the person's nose. A second thing that's a real possibility is step to the side. Take your hand, grab testicles, and squeeze.
Jackie Chan would never do that, okay? He'd like totally like just go psh, 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 wah, wah, take him down any day.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do... Can I just point something out to you? They wouldn't make an instructive self-defence video for Jackie Chan. This is for people who aren't Jackie Chan. The idea is helping old people who get attacked. You know when you go out and you attack old people?
OK, now here's your related question. If attacked, most people would leave a friend to fend for themselves. True or false?
Imagine you're being attacked, Kate. The friend has to help, so he has to run off and get help.
Oh, what's that? What's that? Earwigs at the rhubarb.
It's all to do, I suppose, with a friend, isn't it? Because we've all got friends who are complete arseholes. You always keep one in your life, don't you? And you hope that one day they'll shape up and you go out with them and they're still an arsehole. And they get you in trouble. That one, I'd probably go, I'll see you in a couple of years' time.
It's worth remembering, if you don't have one of those friends, it's you.
If you or John was attacked, would you help out?
The thing is, like, they might think they might come after John, thinking it's me, and then kill John. And I'll be like, it was meant to be me.
Why would they care which one?
I would totally help out. I wouldn't run off and be like, I'd totally take down the person and they'd be gone. I'd be like, go away, and they'd go away.
I'd like call Superman.
This is like... Go away!
John, if you were walking with a friend, imagine you had a friend, and... Well, because you live on your own. But if you were with a friend and you got attacked, what do you think?
Yeah, if I had a friend, I would fight to the death to keep hold of it. It'd probably be me doing the attacking.
Never leave! Okay, when the situation happens, okay, I'd know what I'm doing. Right now, I don't know what I was doing, but I will know what I'm doing if it ever happens.
Yeah, if you get attacked. Totally. Yeah, if it's out of the, if it's like in an alleyway, someone jumps out with a knife, you would know.
Leave the area! Not welcome!
Would you defend someone, Charlie, if you were...
I might try... I might stick around and try and spark up a conversation with them, take their mind off it. But I'm not putting myself in physical harm for another human.
Haven't you just got married?
Yeah, well, it's a friend, not a wife. So is this based on... Is this a fact or an opinion? This is like what people are saying they're going to do, or is it what people will actually do?
It's what they're saying.
I think they would.
If they're saying, it's easy to say you're going to do it. Of course they're going to say they're going to stick it.
Well, you didn't. You said no. I won't bother.
I think you all would do it. You're just being cynical. I think all of you are gentlemen. You're gentlemen and you would. I would.
You think I would stay and defend a friend?
Yeah!
You, Lorraine, are a very poor judge of character.
Yeah. I was once out with some friends on a night out and we got attacked. And I went and got us a taxi. While the fight was ensuing, I thought there's going to need to be transport when this... when this finally settles down. And I was quite right. To
the hospital, please.
Yeah. Imagine, Jimmy, you'd go and get changed into your jeans, wouldn't you? Just in case you get your clothes ruffled up. I am going to stick around and help you. I just need to change into my jeans.
Sean, I tell you, you say that. You're lucky I don't have my jeans on right now, or I'd come over there.
Oh, so
and I would...
Sort me out. You haven't got your bloody jeans on, have you?
Yeah, but otherwise...
Yeah.
They're new trousers, so...
You could rip your top like Superman.
Are you asking to see Lorraine's boobies? I didn't know if you were looking at me. Can you rip your top?
Lorraine's a lady and she wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's not nice, Kay. Lorraine's totally cool.
Well, they're also very bad judges of character.
You do say you use cool a lot.
I know, because...
You use too much.
I know,
you
but...
want to use cool about, I reckon, 30% less.
But I don't say cool anymore.
If I was focused, really focused, if I got in the zone, I was totally
Try
focused...
not to say cool for about 10 minutes. See how you get on.
Okay.
Just a little challenge.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Okay.
genuinely didn't mean that.
You didn't.
OK, so let's get the answer. So, if attacked, most people would leave a friend to fend for themselves. Are you saying true or false?
False.
False.
Yeah, people would be good.
True. True?
True, because everyone's aware.
Yeah, I think it's true.
I can tell you, the answer is false. Yeah, only 5% of people would leave their friend to fend for themselves. In situations like that, I just let my fist do the talking. Please let me go. I don't like it. OK, Sean Steen, what do you like the look of?
We like the look of the keyboard, Jimmy.
In a poll to find out who people would turn to for advice, Google, the internet search engine, came second. What came first? When something happens in your life, there's a crisis, who do you go to?
My mum.
And what does she say?
Google it.
I think it's got to be family, because I would definitely go to Mama and Papa Wan every single time for advice.
Mama and Papa?
Mama and Papa Wan.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
They are adorable.
Do you phone them up for just advice on like, personal stuff, or is
Well,
it like... Is it in
I
life?
tend to talk to Mama Wan first, because I can't understand my dad, because he talks in very broken English still, which is...
A little bit racist, cock.
A little bit racist. But it's a little bit. But it's true, but honestly, to this day...
You never communicated with your dad?
We do. My dad is one of these immigrants that came over to the country. Social immunity, I'm allowed to say this. He's one of these immigrants that came over, and when he came over, he couldn't speak English, and my mum taught him to speak English because they fell in love. And then over his life, he's lived here since he was 16. He's about 102 now. So he's been here most of his life. And so he must be able to talk good English. But he's really, as soon as he doesn't want to listen to a word we're saying, we'll say, you know, Dad, how are you? We'll just go, oh, Or I'll turn around to my dad and I'll say, you know, Dad, this has happened in my life, or, you know, this has happened, I really need some advice. And he'll go, who are you? This is the honest truth. He becomes really racist about himself and refuses to talk in English.
Sean Steen, what do you think kids are most scared of?
Well, in our house, it's Mr. Jangles, which is one of the characters I play.
Who is Mr. Jangles, Sean?
Mr. Jangles comes up the stairs! You better be in bed! Before Mr. Jangles gets up there!
That's everybody's scared, Sean. That's just not
We're all
getting a bit
scared
panicky.
now.
I'm afraid that's the end of the show because we have to go to bed now.
I find it really funny when kids are scared of stuff, because my girls, I've got 2 daughters, and they're not scared of anything, but I've got a niece, and she's scared of everything. I took her to Cadbury World recently, and, like, they've got these big, like, cocoa beans walking around, so, like, dressed up cocoa beans, and the whole time she was like, and I was just
I'm not surprised.
laughing. I was, like, proper laughing at her.
You were laughing at your niece. She was terrified on a day out.
I liked your face, Jimmy. Do the face again of her being terrified.
Oh, she was...
Was she in a Michael Jackson Thriller video? It's quite an extreme, terrified...
No, but that's how
Can we have it one more
terrified
time? I like... Could you do Mr. Bojangles, or whatever it was called, and then I would have terrified? It'd be great, a little playlet.
Mr. Bojangles!
Most people would rather pay for cosmetic surgery than join a gym. True or false? What do you think, Jamelia?
No way. No way. Like, no way.
Have you ever had anything done?
You can't do that, no.
Would you have anything done?
No, I mean...
For me?
Botox.
How much?
Botox do you have?
I haven't got any... Well, I've got Botox done on one side, but I only got one side done. I didn't have... I didn't have the money, but I don't think you really noticed, but I've had that side done, and then I left that side, but I didn't have money for both. But I'm getting the other side done next week. Can you tell which one... Can you tell the before and after?
You look like a Picasso painting of yourself.
I don't think you had Botox, I think you had a stroke.
Shouldn't really joke about strokes. If you have a stroke, you'll be laughing on the other side of your face. OK, I can tell you the answer is false. 79% of people would rather join a gym. Yeah. All the celebrities get plastic surgery these days. Colleen Rooney just had some work done on her arsehole. He's had a hair transplant. John, Bear and Chris, your turn first. What do you like the look of?
Well, we've got Bear Grylls on, so we'll go for the man trying to start a fire.
OK, here is your question. Most people believe they could survive alone for a week in the wilderness. True or false?
They probably believe it, but they probably wouldn't.
Yeah, but I would.
I've watched nearly all of your shows. I am genuinely a massive fan. I've watched nearly all your shows, and it seems like nothing can't be solved by drinking your own piss.
It's very overrated, drinking your own pee.
All right,
It's not. The worst one I had was I'd killed this snake in the desert and I skinned it, and I thought I'd pee inside the skin and keep it as like a water bottle around my neck. And then about a day later, after being kind of in the heat of the desert, and I drank it, and it was like mix all the snake innards, and I thought this really is a bad cocktail.
Drinking your own urine is meant to be good for you. Nonsense. I put my back out.
My favourite episode of your show was when you literally just got out of your helicopter, but you got out of it, you walked down the hill, you found some bear poo, and you got a bit of apple out of it. And you went, oh, yeah, apple. And you washed it with your water. And you ate it immediately. I thought, you've just got off your helicopter! How are you already home? Put it in your bag!
Chris, if you think that's bad, have a look at this.
In hot climates, if you try to walk in the heat of the day with no water, you may last no more than 4 hours. But if it's a choice between life and death, there's a survival trick I was shown by an old ranger. One thing you can do if you're stuck out here with no water source at all is actually drink the fluid from a fresh elephant dung. Pretty disgusting, but it could save your life. It's a real last resort. There can be harmful bacteria in that water, but if you have nothing else to drink, it could buy you extra time.
The worst bit was when that lump actually did drop off, and then that wasn't meant to happen.
That was the worst bit about drinking the dung water.
It was the ranger who told me this, but I always think of the ranger. I bet he's seen it now on TV and go, that idiot, you believe me?
It seems like an unnecessary step. I've actually written a survival book. And it's real. The unique feature about my survival book is it's edible. There you go. Day 1, eat page 1. Eat page 2. Page 9, don't eat this, it's poisonous.
You never seem to make any puddings. That's what always bothers me. It's always... Well, I understand that you can, eat a squirrel or whatever, or, suck something's poo, but... There's nothing similar to angel delight, is there?
What's the worst thing you've eaten to stay alive?
The worst is probably raw goat's testicles, or actually, no, big yak eyeballs was bad. No, actually, the camel intestinal fluids from a camel intestines, that was the worst.
I think the eyeball would be worse for me because he'd be looking at you.
Being difficult to get down. The amazing thing is it doesn't really digest, so when it comes out the other end, if it's it's...
What wouldn't you do then? Would you, like those guys that went down, the plane went down in the Andes and they had to eat each other, would you eat another human being to stay alive?
What a question, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean,
you definitely would.
Yes!
It's not a difficult question. I think most of us go, no, I wouldn't. I'd rather die. It's a difficult question if you're a maniac.
If I was with my kids and I died, I think I'd want my kids to eat me if it kept them alive.
OK, so what do you think? Most people think they could survive alone for a week in the wilderness, true or false?
Yeah, I think kind of people are, see it and they'd be excited to give it a go, so I think people would hope that they'd be able to survive.
OK, and what do you think?
I think yes.
I think most people would think that they could. I think true.
We think yes, true.
I can tell you the answer is true. 63% of people think they could survive for a week in the wilderness. If I was lost in the wilderness, I'd stay warm by shaking with fear, and I'd get water by drinking my own endless stream of tears. Easy. John, Nick, Peter, your turn first. What do you like the look of?
Silly not to the picture of me, I think. Bottom left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah, looking very manly.
OK, so we asked our studio audience, what's the best way to impress a woman? A feat of strength or a grand romantic gesture? What do you think they said?
Bit of both, innit?
Yeah.
Carry a woman up a mountain at sunset and then do her on it.
about the romance of being done on a mountain?
My friend was actually proposed to like that. They were on
Well, she was being done on a mountain.
I think he said, "Oh, Laura, I've got something to ask you," and she said, "No, Dave, not here." And then he actually proposed. Yeah.
Why would you marry a man who, when he says something like that, you naturally assume he means doing it? Baffles me, the men that have got wives. Just...
How long have you been single there, John?
Well, 8 years. What's the relationship status of my team?
Single for about 8 years also. We're really killing it.
Good strong wrist.
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship, practically married for 8 years. Even stronger wrist.
How did you woo your other half? Was it a romantic gesture or was it...
Woo?
Well, you know the way you woo a woman.
Like in the 30s?
You might do a feat of strength. You might say... You might do something that's, like, impressive to women involved.
Right.
So, look, look, you want a pickled onion? Give those to Sean.
Give them to me.
There you go. You can, but that's the traditional way to impress a woman, is that it's a feat of strength. It's like a... Just open it. It's just been opened, Sean.
Yeah, it's a trick, isn't it? No, it hasn't. I can't open it.
Give them to Daniel. He'll do it.
It's glued up. You've glued it up.
I haven't.
You have.
Why would I do that? It's easy. Just twist it. You just twist... twist the top. So a feat of strength or a romantic gesture, what would woo you?
It's got to be a romantic gesture, hasn't it?
So what kind of romantic gesture?
I'd say something like this.
What about something like this? Sort of like mating, kind of. Is that sexy?
My dad's lost the romance for my mum over the years, and when she was pregnant, I was 3 years old when my mum was diagnosed with my sister, and when she was 7 months pregnant, my dad's a lovely guy, but he just snapped him. She's like, "You don't do anything around the house anymore. I'm doing everything. I do the hoovering, doing the cooking, doing it. I've got this one to take care of. Can you just help me? Some things I can't do, like I can no longer do the dishes. I physically can no longer do the dishes." Then the next day when my mum went to work, my dad spent the day welding a semicircle into the sink.
So I need an answer on this. John, what do you think?
People will say romance, won't they?
I reckon.
I think romance.
What would you go with?
It's got to be romance.
Yeah, romance.
OK, I can tell you, we asked our studio audience what was the best way to impress a woman, and they said the best way was a romantic gesture. My ex-girlfriend was quite a big girl, so often I'd combine a feat of strength with a romantic gesture by letting her go on top. OK, Sean's team, what do you like the look of?
Keyboard. We like the look of the keyboard, Jimmy.
You like the look of the keyboard?
Consensus amongst me and the girls.
In a poll to find out who people would turn to for advice, Google, the internet search engine, came second. What came first?
Don't know, it's not written there. I've never really had any great advice. I mean, a couple of good bits of advice from my dad. He said, never drink in a pub with a flat roof. Good advice. You think about it, they're usually on the edges of council estates.
No offence, Amy.
You're more likely to get punched in a pub with a flat roof, aren't you? There's a higher chance of you getting hit.
There's a pretty good chance of me being hit in any given pub.
I think if you walk in like that, saying, "My father warned me against this, but I shall have a Cinzano and lemonade and give you a chance."
Who do you go to for advice? When something bad happens, when something happens in your life, there's a crisis, who do you go to?
My mum.
And what does she say?
Google it.
I think it's got to be family, because I would definitely go to Mama and Papa Wan every single time for advice.
Mama and Papa?
Mama and Papa Wan.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
I think they are adorable.
Do you phone them up for just advice on like personal stuff, or is it
Well,
like?
I tend to talk to Mum and Wan first because I can't understand my dad because he talks in very broken English still, which is
a little bit racist, cock.
A little bit racist. But it's a little bit. But it's true. But honestly, to this day,
Have you never communicated with your dad?
We do. But my dad is one of these immigrants that came over to the country. Social immunity, I'm allowed to say this. He's one of these immigrants that came over, and when he came over, he couldn't speak English, and my mum taught him to speak English because they fell in love. And then over his life, he's lived here since he was 16. He's about 102 now. So he's been here most of his life. And so he must be able to talk good English. But he's really, as soon as he doesn't want to listen to a word we're saying, we'll say, you know, Dad, how are you? He'll just go, oh, Or I'll turn around to my dad and I'll say, you know, Dad, this has happened in my life, or, you know, this has happened, I really need some advice. And he'll go, who are you? This is the honest truth. He becomes really racist about himself and refuses to talk in English.
You've got comedians watching you and going, you know we can't possibly join in on any of this. I've got one. Does he sometimes say this?
He's amazing. I love my dad.
So you would go to your parents for advice?
I always go to my parents for advice.
I'm going to give it to you, because the answer is the person Brits turn to most for advice is a parent. Well got it. So people are more likely to go to a parent for advice than ask Google. I'm not sure how comfortable I'd be with shouting, Mum, Mum, have you got any topless shots of Megan Fox? Oh, Sean, Christian, Josh, what do you like the look of?
A doctor.
Or the doctor. Will you be crazy not to go for the doctor? OK. Most men care more about their car than their personal health. True or false?
True.
Do you think people care more about their car than their personal health? Yeah. Well, you're a doctor. We should go with it.
Well, people only come to a doctor when it's really, 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 really bad.
Wait till it's fallen off and then they
Yeah,
go.
but if you hear just a little tiny, like a clicking noise in the back of the car, you go, well, I've got to get this fixed, it's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's your hip, you go, nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So what's the longest someone's left it before coming to see you? How bad has someone let it get before they come to see you?
I think my memorable case was a guy who... Here we go. Settle in for this one, guys. Settle in. He went to Thailand on holiday, as you do.
Oh, here we go.
He went to Thailand on holiday, got pissed, very, very, very pissed.
Oh.
Went off with a prostitute. Nothing happened. It was completely, you know, brewer's droop. Nothing worked. So he refused to pay her, because, you know, belligerent, aggressive, drunk. Refused to pay her, promptly fell asleep on her bed. Didn't wake up till morning. 3 weeks later, comes to see me, sort of basically peeing blood and really, really uncomfortable and all the rest of it, and has put it off for a good 3 weeks. The blood started quite quickly. So 3 weeks later, he comes to see me, and he thinks, oh, I've probably got gonorrhea. I give him the standard gonorrhea treatment. It doesn't go away. Anyway, cut a long story short, I send him off for an X-ray, and his bladder contains 15 hairpins. And the prostitute, who was pissed off that he didn't pay, spent the rest of the night with this drunk man passed out, pushing hairpins down his willy into his bladder as punishment. True story. True story.
You've got to finish that with, night-night, children.
Just out of interest, I did this with my doctor recently. I sent her a photo of a thing.
Of a thing?
No, but I had
What
a rash on my neck. A little rash on my neck when I was on holiday. So I sent a photo, and she said...
What? You had a little rash? I can understand if your leg was hanging off at the knee.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to send her a photo. Go, do you think that's right? It's hanging off. Yeah, go on. So do you get sent... Do people send you pictures?
No, we do. Well, they'll Skype in.
So do you have to meet someone before you diagnose them? Could you diagnose just from a text?
Dodgy ground. Dodgy. You'd never...
Could you make some more noise with your massive fucking shoes?
I think she should be on Embarrassing Bodies with the horse feet. I've got the feet of a Shire horse.
I've got an embarrassing body I wanted to check with you.
It just looks really unmanageable. You should comb it.
Now, I've got like a hole in my chest.
What do you mean you've got a hole in your chest?
But it just keeps going in.
Go on, show us that. What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I'll have a go. I'll have a look.
Well, let's see if... It's like a concaveness.
That's disgusting.
Cheers.
You could lie down and pour beer in it, couldn't you? And then get a straw and drink beer off yourself.
Dr. Christian,
put nuts in there.
For winter.
Yeah. Or you could like get a little, like a gerbil or something, let it make a nest in there.
Can I get the diagnosis? What is the matter with his?
It's called pectus excavatum because it's an excavated chest.
So someone excavated it.
I bet it was Tony Robinson.
You don't need a doctor, you need a plasterer.
I've got stretchy skin. I don't know if that's normal.
What you've got?
That goes quite far.
You look something out of the Muppets.
Have you got hyper flexible joints as well?
Yeah, I have.
Can you bend your elbows right back?
I can't bend them right back, but I can do weird sort of...
No, that's just being camp.
What does that mean?
OK, so what do you think men care more about, their cars or their personal health?
Their car.
Their car.
OK. You've said...
I would like to think health. I think we should stick up for men and we'll say health.
You've said health, you said cars. I can tell you the answer is true. Most men care more about their car than their personal health. Extraordinary. Some men are so obsessed with their cars, it's almost as if they want to have sex with them, which, by the way, would be a stupid thing to do, especially if you haven't let the exhaust pipe cool down and end up losing most of the skin on my penis, their penis. OK, John, what are you going to go for? What do you like the look of?
Well, we've only got one choice, really, haven't we? I think we'll pick the person that is sat next to me.
Go on, then. We asked the studio audience, would you complain if you were served a terrible meal, yes or no? What do you think this audience said?
I never have.
Steppo said yes.
No, do not do that. Do not help him.
I did look.
Of course he put his hand up. God love him, he's happy just to be indoors.
I don't believe people say that they would complain. I don't think people do complain over here in Great Britain. I think we're far too polite, especially in restaurants.
You're not.
Well, I'm very polite.
Sorry, have you not seen your show?
I'd like to say, on that show, we only ever critique someone's food, not their personality.
Be better telly, though, if you went, oh, that's amazing, but you're such a dick.
What's the worst thing you've had on MasterChef? What's the worst?
I think we had a fella who happily roasted a quail beautifully and, for reasons best known to himself, stuck it on top of a chocolate cake.
Sorry, can I just... I'm not even looking, but I presume Sarah's mouth is watering. Sarah's going, finally, I can enjoy chicken.
It's like Nando's and Thornton's.
Wow!
Sean, have you ever complained in a restaurant?
I always complain.
But at what point do you complain? Because you can complain and then you worry about what's going to happen to your food when it comes back.
Yeah, you can. I complain, but I never eat what they bring back, unless my complaint is, this hasn't got enough spit in it.
Something's not right. I don't see why. It's a real... That's why service is shit in this country, and that's why food is shit in this country.
Ooh.
It's getting better. But generally, if you go to a service station in France or in Italy or Spain, like, just so the level of food that everyone can experience, is you can have great food. You go to a service station in this country, the food is virtually... It's like being in a lab or some horrible experiment with sausages and Jif or something. It's just...
I agree with you that food at the basic level, when you really want it, when you're starving, is rubbish. Whose rule is it that we had to put sandwiches in a fridge?
Yes, yeah.
You know, they don't have sandwiches in a fridge in Spain, and they're not all dying of warm sandwich disease.
And more importantly, who's the person, when they're making the sandwiches, pushes all the cheese to the front? And you look at it, it's like, you know, it's like, imagine if you're trying to fall in love in Iran, you've only got the eyes to go on. There's loads of cheese in there, and then you open the sandwich, and there's just like a little cheese hill going down to nothing.
I once bought a baked potato in a big food hall in Australia, and
You travel for lunch, don't you?
I was in Australia and I bought, I can't remember where, and I bought a baked potato in one of those polystyrene things. I opened it up, and as I was eating, there was a piece of shelving bracket. L-shaped shelving bracket. I swear to God, in the baked potato. And I took it back to the bloke, and he goes, you know, that's nothing to do with me, mate. And I pointed behind him, and there was literally a shelf like that behind
So we asked you, student, would you complain if they were served a terrible meal? What do you think, yes or no?
I wouldn't. I would just never go back there again. So I don't think people would.
So you think they wouldn't complain? Sean, what do you think?
The clue is in the word terrible. If it's a terrible meal,
Yes,
you would
I think they would complain,
You
yes.
think they would? OK, I can tell you the answer is yes. 79% of the studio audience would complain if they got a terrible meal. John, Kelly, Mickey, what do you like the look of?
I like the Macaulay Culkinogram.
Yeah, the little boy.
Yeah, the little boy screaming.
OK. 18% of youngsters said the person they're most scared of is who?
I was scared of everything, but maybe I just read the wrong papers, but I get the impression our kids aren't scared of anything. But I used to shit myself. Someone told me once that recording off the telly was illegal. And I had, like, 150 videos. I remember once the police coming around and being convinced I was going to get locked up for, like, 50 years for recording Saved by the Bell off Channel 4.
Probably, you know, on every housing estate, every street, there's a sort of bit of a nonce fella. He's not a proper nonce, he's just a bit odd. But everyone goes, oh, don't go round there. Shut you up, he will.
Sean Steen, what do you think kids are most scared of?
Well, in our house, it's Mr. Jangles, which is one of the characters I play.
Who is Mr. Jangles, Sean?
Mr. Jangles comes up the stairs! You better be in bed! Before Mr. Jangles gets up there!
That's everybody's scared, Sean. That's just not cute. We're all getting a bit panicky.
I'm afraid that's the end of the show because we have to go to bed now.
I find it really funny when kids are scared of stuff, because my girls, I've got 2 daughters, and they're not scared of anything, but I've got a niece, and she's scared of everything. I took her to Cadbury World recently, and, like, they've got these big, like, cocoa beans walking around, so, like, dressed up cocoa beans, and the whole time she was like,
I'm not surprised.
laughing. I was, like, proper laughing at her.
You were laughing at your niece. She was terrified on a day out.
I liked your face, Jimmy. Do the face again of her being terrified.
Oh, she
Was she in a Michael Jackson Thriller video? It's quite an extreme, terrified.
No, but that's how
Can we have it one more
terrified
time?
she was.
Could you do Mr. Bojangles, or whatever it was called, and then I would have terrified? It'd be great, a little playlet.
Mr. Bojangles! I don't do it, really. It's a joke. I don't terrify my children as Mr. Jangles.
Say that now.
What's he called then?
Ron.
Ron, coming up the stairs.
No, it's just... Ron's here.
And weirdly, that's more terrifying than Mr. Jangles. So, Kelly.
When you're like 5 years old till you get to about like 8, I know that's changed nowadays, you're terrified, absolutely terrified of your parents.
Well, your dad was the Prince of Darkness. I'll give you that. That's the right answer.
Really?
Yes, 18% of youngsters said the person they're most scared of is their mother. I was terrified of my mum because she used to smack me. Well, not really smack, it was more of a whip. Or it wasn't my mum, it was a woman whose number I found in a phone box. And yeah, it wasn't a woman, it was a man. But you get the idea, I used to call him Mum. John, Patsy and Jack, pick a question.
I think we're going to have to go for the full English breakfast.
Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The beans, they're too expensive for me, though.
OK, here's your related question. What does the British nation prefer, the Queen or a full English breakfast?
To eat?
Yeah.
It's a weird question to get asked, isn't it?
It's the sort of thing some nutcase at a bus stop would can't go, do you like the Queen or fry up? Queen or of Freya, now! Queen of Freya, now! I make my own shoes.
I can't think I've ever woken up hungover and thought, God, I need a picture of the Queen. People don't like the Queen anyway.
Yes,
I mean,
they
really.
do.
Not as much as sausage.
The Queen is massive now.
The Queen is massive
Yeah,
now.
yeah, the Queen. I don't think the
You're
Queen's
getting
ever been
slightly
more
more
popular.
street, aren't you? The Queen is massive now.
We've just had the royal wedding and all of that. The Queen is hugely popular.
They still would prefer a fry-up.
I met the Queen once, and she came up to me and she said, "And what do you do?"
But
Were you
to
on the
Queen.
news at the time? That's a
I
real
was.
slam.
No, I said, "Oh, I do the news on Channel 4," and she said, "Oh, I don't watch Channel 4."
Fuck you, lady. Fuck you. I'm livid. You don't ever watch Channel 4?
She doesn't
I'm not
watch...
buying stamps anymore. I'm going to send everything DHL. I have no interest in your operation.
She's never seen Come Dine With Me.
I bet she watched Big Fat Gypsy Weddings. And she thought, you know, most of them are pixelated. She thought that's what they look like. Channel 4 just must have used up their entire pixelation budget on that show. Well, this is John Joe, and he's worried about compromising his scrap metal business.
Well, I don't know, the Queen's quite similar. I reckon she would have watched Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, because it's just, you know, people that don't really do
Everyone
anything.
watched that, didn't they?
They
Sort
did
of
a royal
they
one.
live off the state and they're interested in horses. It's basically the same as her.
I don't personally, I'll come out and say I don't like the Queen. I think it's absurd that we have a Queen. Basically what we're saying is that we're no more sophisticated than bees. Bees have a queen, and their queen actually does something. Lays eggs, and is massive. Their queen is about 20 times bigger than them. So you go, fair enough, you can be queen. You're 50 times bigger than us, and you lay eggs. Our queen just doesn't even open doors.
They always say, when people, like, a royal bashing, they always say it's like, it's a tourist attraction, the royal family brings in loads through tourism. And I sort of thought, he's a tourist attraction, but he's not a great one. Like, Alton Towers, that's a really good tourist attraction.
Yeah.
I want to see Buckingham Palace of Adventures. I want to see the Queen in a bikini with a water slide. I want to see Charles offering kids rides on Camilla down the beach. It's not good enough.
OK, so what are you going to go for?
I think we've got to go full English. Yeah, we've got
You're
to go
going full English, OK. Sean, what are you going to go for?
I'll say this. Most people go full English, but then vegetarians wouldn't. But most vegetarians, I reckon, don't like the Queen.
That's probably
true, isn't it? Because they're all bloody commies, aren't they?
You have overthought this spectacularly.
So it's hard. But I'll go full English.
You're going full English. I can tell you the answer is 77% of Brits prefer a full English breakfast to the Queen. Yeah. Of course, the modern full English breakfast consists of a packet of fags, a WKD, Twix and the morning after pill. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Our teams choose a picture and then they have to answer a question based on a related survey or statistic. OK, Sean's team, you're to go first. Pick one.
I like the people who are carrying a sturgeon.
Catfish.
It's a what's worse question. According to statistics, what's more risky, fishing or horse riding?
Well, horse riding is much more dangerous, isn't it?
You're going
Of course
horses?
it's more dangerous, because when you fall off horses, you can only fall in the riverbank, which is, by rights, near the edge, so not as deep as the middle, so you should be able to get out.
No one's ever tried fishing at sea, have they?
Oh, you didn't say that, did you? You didn't say that. Not all fishing. Of course fishing's more dangerous if you're in a trawler. Now.
I think I said fishing or horse riding.
You said fishing like it's fishing. You can go fishing like commercial.
All right, let me do it again,
huge,
Sean.
big Russian ships. I mean, of course fishing's worse than horse riding. You're living out in a trawler in the North Sea. Force 9, you've got no chance.
All right, what's more dangerous, fishing or horse riding? What is more dangerous?
Yes, thank you. Let's start again. Well, I think it's horse riding.
Final answer?
No, it's obviously fishing. If you're including all fishing, do you think I'm stupid?
I can tell you that fishing is riskier. Yeah, you're 6 times more likely to die fishing than you are horse riding, and the chances increase dramatically if you're a fish. Jason, Johnny and Danny, what picture do you fancy answering a question on?
That's number 3.
Number 3 represents hospitals.
That's not a real person. That's... he's sick. He's made of plastic.
Look at Jimmy's hair. He might be a relative. He looks very smart.
Let's go for President Bush.
OK, you picked George Bush. It was reported this week the President of the United States had his watch stolen in Albania. It's incredible, isn't it? We polled our studio audience and asked them, if you found George Bush's watch, would you give it back to him or put it on eBay? Which way do you think they voted?
He's had his watch stolen.
He's had his watch stolen,
He's had his watch stolen, as they say, he could have taken his watch off.
He could not on his own. Yeah. We never figured that out.
But that's quite rude if he's taken his watch off. Is that saying he doesn't trust the Albanian people? That'd be a very rude thing to do. Before you met some people, you just go, actually, before I shake your hand, I must remove this, because you're a thieving bastard.
I've had a watch stolen, and it's not nice. I was walking home, and these 2 lads got me from behind, right? Not like in the biblical sense. They attacked me. They attacked me from behind, and I was on the floor, and one of them, as they walked off, because they went, "Oh, give us your money or we'll beat you up." And I gave them the money, and then they beat me up, and you're like, "Oh, we had a deal, you bastards." Anyway. And I was on the floor, and one of them goes, as they walked off, one of them went, "Hey, get his watch, don't forget his watch." And he rolled up my sleeve. I had a Casio Illuminator, right? Brilliant watch, right? It sells the time in 3 different countries, right? It's England, Scotland, Wales, but it's all right, right? It's brilliant, right? And he looked at me watch, rolled the sleeve up, he saw it, he went, "Nah, sack it," and just walked off. I was like, "You'll fucking take it, you cheeky bastard." This is an audience poll, then. You've asked...
Yeah, we've asked the studio audience this evening, would they return the watch or would they sell it on eBay?
I'd say they put it on eBay, the bastards.
Yeah. You think they put it on eBay? OK. Well, I can tell you that a massive 85% of our studio audience voted to put it on eBay. So, Jason, you get the point. Well done. George Bush has stolen an election, invaded a country on false pretences, tortured, lied and not signed the Kyoto Agreement. But now his watch has been stolen. If you're watching Karma, make an effort. So at the end of that round, it's 3 points for Sean's team and 4 points to Jason's team. Sean, Greg and Alan, what picture do you want to go for? Sure.
I'll go for Big Daddy.
You're going for Big Daddy. OK, this picture represents dads, and it's a word association question. So I'm looking for the top word or phrase the public said when we said dads.
Oh, it's pain, isn't it? Unnecessary pain.
Oh, Sean.
Are you a dad, Sean?
Yes, I am, yeah.
You don't sound very happy about it.
Yeah. Well,
Are you on the birth certificate?
Yeah, of course I am.
You know the people Trisha normally meets, don't you?
You've asked that question before, haven't you?
Are you a dad, Alan?
No, I'm gonna be, though.
Just as soon as you meet the right woman.
They don't call me Shaggy for nothing.
So this is baby number 1?
Yeah. You're going to get a better name than that, though, surely.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking, because from now on it's no sex, no time together, no attention.
Are you offering him a little bit on the side? From now on, you won't be getting any at home.
She won't even know you're gone.
Jeez.
It's a nice offer, but I think I'm out of your league.
Top word or phrase associated with dads.
Hard-working? Or...
Hard-working? You're having a laugh. Almost exactly.
Lazy.
Lazy is exactly right, yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, the word most associated with dads is lazy. A spokesman for Lazy Dad said, "Oh, in a minute." Jason, your team? What do you want to go for?
We're going to go with the dart player.
We're going to go for Andy Forden, the dart player. This is a nation's favourite question. What does the British public prefer, darts or Shakespeare?
Do you think he's holding that during a game? Yeah, that'd be quite dangerous. Makes darts a lot more exciting. Imagine if it hit one of his arms, he'd just burst.
And sometimes when Andy Fordham lifts his arm like that, it's so big and greasy, it does look like a kebab shop window.
Come on, these are great athletes you're talking about here.
Yeah.
Great athlete.
Well, that's a British tennis player saying that, so...
I think Shakespeare is shit. So, I don't mind a couple of the, you know, the Romeo and Juliet type things, not bad, but he's rubbish at comedy, isn't he? He's not funny.
Well, he was back then.
Was he yet? They all went, yeah, all right, Willie, very funny that, yeah. Well
But
done.
do you think in 200 years people will find you funny?
I don't think that many people find us funny now. When I was at university, we spent 6 weeks...
Did you go to university?
I did go to university,
What
yeah.
did you study?
I studied...
Northern Studies.
Northern Studies, yeah. Media and performance, I did. At,
Wheel tapping.
Salford.
Which university was it?
It was Salford University.
Did it used to be a polytechnic or a garage?
It's... I did a bit of drama there, and we studied Shakespeare, and it was hard in that sort of area of Manchester. It's quite rough, you know, and there was a lot of, like, is this a dagger I see before me? Yeah, give me your trainers. You know, it was hard to get through.
I can't imagine you acting there.
You can't imagine me what?
I can't imagine you acting.
Oh, God, I can't.
What do the nation prefer, Shakespeare or dance?
I think people prefer Shakespeare.
OK.
I think darts.
I can tell you dance won. 51% of the population prefers dance. Is that a dagger I see before me? No, it's a dart. So at the end of that round, it's 3 points for Sean, Alan and Greg, and 4 points for Jason, Tricia and Glenn. Jason, Joan and Alexa, your turn first. What do you want to go for?
This one in the bottom corner. Jesus saves.
That picture represents Christians, and this is a poll with a whole question. 21% of born-again Christians have what?
No friends.
I got some building work done at the beginning of the year, and it was a born-again Christian builders company. I thought I can trust them, they'll be all right. And he was doing some work in the kitchen, and he was sweating, and I went, no rest for the wicked. And without a gap, he just went, I wouldn't know, I'm one of the righteous. And just carried on, just doing stuff.
You're going to be finished off with, you wanker.
You know, any extremists are crazy and ugly. Ugly. Oh, yes. I went to a born-again convention. You know, Jesus loves me. He said if he loved you so much, he would have given you a chin. I don't think Jesus loves you.
It was like the thing when, like, some athlete will win a gold medal and go, oh, thanks for Jesus, Jesus helped me out in this. And you think, what kind of God lets, like, Iraq happen, doesn't do anything but keeps a close eye on who wins the triple jump?
Well, technically, it's kind of cheating, isn't it? Yeah. You're using God to help you win a... It's worse than drugs. If you're in the long jump, and then you know that God's picked you up and gone, whoop, like that. It's not fair, is it?
Something to do with a very petty crime.
Have murdered.
It's to do with music. That's my final clue.
Have stolen CDs.
I'll give you that, Joan. It's actually illegally downloaded music. Yes, 21% of born-again Christians have illegally downloaded music. I've not found Jesus, but then I think he should try and find me. He's omnipotent, I'm on telly. Come on, Jesus, how tough's that? OK, Sean's team, what do you want to go for?
I'd like the one of Madonna with her head coming out of a dwarf's buttocks.
You've chosen a one-upmanship question. In a poll to find out the celebrity Brits would most like to swap houses with, Madonna came second. Who came top?
I watch Through the Keyhole when I get the opportunity. It
you
always
do.
seems to be Rusty Lee. Big laughing cook. And she's got quite a nice house, you know. Is it Rusty Lee? No.
You are devilishly close, Sean.
Really?
Have they done Madonna?
Have they done Madonna Through the Keyhole?
Who would live in a house with all these stolen children?
She didn't steal them, she adopted them. What celebrity's house do you want to live in?
I'd swap with Jamie Oliver, because he's a dick, right? Oh. And it only says I have to swap. He'd still have to live with my mum and dad. And they would fucking hate him. He's always spitting when he's cooking. I'm chopping the fucking thing. Like...
Say it, don't spray it.
Spitting, man.
Well, I can tell you, you're absolutely right. Right? Yes, the celebrity Brits would most like to swap houses with is Jamie Oliver. I'd like to swap houses with Jamie Oliver because I live in a soundproof box 2 miles underground. So at the end of that round, it's 3 points for Sean's team and 4 points to Jason's team. Sean, Lisa and Stuart, you're first. What do you want to go for?
The Queen.
OK, so you're going to go for the Queen there. That's Elizabeth I. This is a one-upmanship question. In a poll to find the historical figure Brits would most like to bring back to life, Elizabeth I came second. Who do you think came top?
When you say bring back, do you mean, like, reanimate them? From, like, they dig them up and then get loads of scientists to sort of make some kind of animatronic version of them?
Yeah, no, this is a question about corpse robbing.
Yes. That makes it a lot more interesting, then.
I think, no, it's bringing them back to life as they were in their prime, let's say.
More interestingly, how?
Well, I've got it here. When I reveal the answer, I will tell you how to bring back your dead relatives that you miss so terribly back to life. All right, so stay fucking tuned. Got the magic.
Is the historical figure supposed to take back their old job, or are they given a kind of ceremonial role?
That's too many questions.
No, but you see what he means.
Yes.
He needs a reason for it, because if they said, no, well, for science, you might say Marie Curie.
No, all right, it is purely for a laugh. For fun.
Is it Tintin?
He's a famous artist.
Rolf Harris?
Yes.
He's not dead. He's not dead, but let's kill him and bring him back.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci is it?
Yes. Good work. Come on.
Yes, the historical figure Brits would most like to bring back to life is Leonardo da Vinci. If I could bring anyone back from the dead, I'd bring back Harry Potter. Sorry, has that spoilt it? Jason, Susie and Alan, what do you want to go for?
Bond. Let's go with Bond.
All right, you've chosen Roger Moore. This is an audience poll question. It was announced this week that a new James Bond novel is to be published. We polled the studio audience and asked them, who would you call in an emergency, James Bond or Andy McNab, the famous SAS nutter?
If you start ringing fictional characters when you're in the shit, you are even further in the shit. Oh, my God, it's all right. Harry Potter will come. It'll be fine.
I say Bond any day. I mean, Bond, he's James Bond.
Alan, you were in Goldeneye, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in Goldeneye. I was in a James Bond film.
So you could technically ring him.
I have his number.
Let's ring him now for a laugh. I'm in trouble. I've not got Andy McNab's number, so I had to ring you.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that there's been several Bonds, I mean, there's a chance of any one of them showing up.
You don't want one of the old
Roger,
ones.
It could be Sean.
I'll help you. Fuck off, Lazenby.
The last thing you need in an emergency is a bleeding actor.
How dare you?
Leave it, guys. Leave it.
Just come up and go, so what's the problem here?
Well, that was sort of an impression of Roger Moore, who's not technically an actor. James Bond or Andy McNab, who would they call in an emergency?
Bond.
You think
James
Bond?
Bond.
Right, 68% of the audience would call James Bond in an emergency. Of course, James Bond has a pen that turns into a gun. Andy McNab has a pen that turns into a terrible book. So at the end of that round, Sean, Lisa and Stuart have 3 points. Jason, Susie and Alan have 4 points.
The dinner lady.
You've chosen the dinner lady. It's a poll with a whole question. 42% of children think dinner ladies what?
Piss in the dinner.
Piss in the dinner?
We had dinner men, I always thought they wanked in it.
Oh,
hey,
I really did. I really did. I watched a programme about like Indian restaurants. They all wank into it if they don't like you.
A documentary where they showed Indian men wanking into curries.
They did it.
Here they are, wanking into the chicken korma. Quite salty, yes.
42% of children think dinner ladies what?
They think they've got some kind of special powers.
You're on the right lines. They think it's sort of to do with technology.
They think
they're robots.
That's the right answer. Yes, 42% of children think that dinner ladies will be replaced by robots by the year 2020. The dinner ladies at my school were actually very nice, but there was one wine waiter who was a bloody idiot. Jason, Alex, David, what do you want to go for?
I'm very drawn to this old lady.
OK, this picture represents grandmothers, and it's a poll with a whole question. 7% of grandmothers have recently what?
Gotten up early and then fallen asleep on the couch like they do every fucking day.
Sellotaped a pound coin to a birthday card. And then inside written, there you are, buy yourself a CD.
I've recently knocked someone over on one of those motorised carts. There's a whole pimp my thing culture going on with grannies now. Like, they're all paid, they're getting go faster stripes on them.
But those aren't go faster stripes, they're varicose veins. It involves water.
Water skied.
Swum.
Swum, you're devilishly close. It's a special type of swimming.
Drown! 7% of drown! That's a special type of swimming.
A type of swimming.
A type of swimming.
But what a swimming move.
Do you mean a stroke?
Had a float. Had a float.
Can you please stop getting... You're getting so annoyed.
What is it? What is it? What is the answer? What is it? Tell us, 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 tell us the answer!
Grandmothers, I've gone skinny dipping, yes, that's the answer.
Yes, 7% of grandmothers have recently been skinny dipping. No one gets a point.
I still want the point.
I don't know if you noticed, but David Walliams just cheated. So at the end of that round, Sean, Peaches and Chris have 3 points. Jason, David and Alex have 3 points. Neck and neck. Sean, Reese and Connie, you're going first.
The bodybuilding lady.
Yeah.
We have her.
That picture represents exercise, and it's a word association question. I'm looking for the top word or phrase the public said when we said exercise.
Gym.
Yeah? Oh, sorry, I thought you were...
Is it like a noise, like...
Jimmy, I'm just trying to get a picture. They just walk up to people and they say exercise. People say fuck off or
I think
go away.
Generally, they tell them it's a survey. They don't
No,
just walk
I
up
don't
and
think-
exercise. Because people think you're instructing them to exercise.
Because that's funny, because that's what I would say if somebody came up to me and said exercise. I'd say fuck off.
I've been to the gym.
Have they got a vending machine?
That's my favourite one.
Yeah.
And
how much for Jaffa Cakes? This is brilliant. I'm here every day.
I started seeing this personal trainer.
When you say personal trainer, are they people that ask you questions like, how big's your cock? Did they get you had sex last night?
I met him in the changing rooms first before we did our session. And he was naked, right? Before we even started, naked. Now, there's something about naked men, right?
There's something about naked men.
There's something about naked men I'm not fully comfortable with. And I looked at his cock, Jimmy. I looked at his cock. Does that make me gay?
Yes, it does.
What is the answer? Come on.
He's asking you!
All right. It's to do with your stomach.
Six-pack.
Six-pack is the right answer. Yes. Correct. Yes, the top phrase people said when we said exercise was six-pack. OK. Jason?
Let's have me! Yes, let's have
me! OK, this question is about egomania. OK, 30% of women would like David Walliams what?
To finger them?
Is that wrong?
It's a different survey. OK. So, 30% of women would like David Walliams what?
Would like Dave Williams if he wasn't a puff. The great big screaming Nancy boy.
You're obsessed with trying to out me.
I don't know about screaming Nancy boy. Sometimes he... Oh, no.
If you've had a bit of both, though, and it's still like coming out, is it? It seems as if you only come out if you're completely gay and not just a bit
You just
gay.
have to sort of half open the closet door.
The phrase you're looking for is half rice, half chips. That's what we call it in the north. If somebody's a bit of both.
All Northerners call it that.
Yeah, all of us. We all
Even
call it
Alan
that.
Bennett.
Alan Bennett does. Oh, I tell you, I was once half rice, half chips, and he does that. He does that. I don't know why he does that. He's not got food. That's just what all Northerners
Oh, they're
do.
nice.
I know. 32A.
B.
30% of women would like David Walliams what?
I actually know the answer. It was a survey done before Christmas, and they would like me to come round and have dinner with them.
Do you know who did the survey?
Peodor, the wine people.
It's always Peodor, not Saga.
That is the correct answer. Yes, indeed. Yes, the answer is 30% of women would like David Walliams round for dinner. And that was a survey of the women that have slept with David Walliams, the largest survey ever conducted. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points for Sean's team and 5 points for Jason's team. The next round is called the Poll with a Hole. We've looked through hundreds of surveys, past and present, from around the world and unearthed some fascinating facts. Unfortunately, each statistic is missing one salient piece of information, so it's up to the panellists to fill in the gaps. 60% of air passengers have had problems with what?
The pilot. I just judged this on one incident where I was flying recently to Alicante and we got up to 35,000 feet. He came on and went, pilot Captain Johnson speaking. Reached our cruising altitude, 35,000 feet, on the way to Alicante. Weather en route's fine. Shit! That was it. And we sat there like... He came back on and he went, I'm really sorry, I might have scared some passengers. And what happened was, in the middle of my announcement, the stewardess brought me a coffee and spilt it on me. And that was all he was. I'm sorry. And he said, you want to see the front of my pants? And some bloke at the back went, you want to see the back of mine?
60% of Earth passengers have had problems with a life jacket under your seat and not a parachute.
Is it collecting their luggage? Because I get my bags lost on average once out of every time. I always feel like when I check in and they say, we'd like to ask a few questions about your bags, I feel like saying, well, I'd like to ask you a few questions about my bags. Like, how are they getting on the plane? Are you packing this plane yourself? Will you leave my bags unattended for any length of time?
It's also have problems with the safety, but the whole safety briefing thing, and the fact that you can survive a crash in an aeroplane just by leaning forward a bit. Be all right now, like that. Or attracting attention in the middle of Atlantic with a whistle. Oh, thank God they're here. 60% of Earth passengers have had problems with that kid in front of them. Now, here's my tip. If there's a kid in front of you, sooner or later, he'll want to peep. Want to stand on the seat and peep at you like that. Here's my tip. If you're flying anywhere, don't peep back. Because it will just go on for the whole flight. 9 hours to Dubai, like that. Just get hold of it eventually. Go, it's always going to be me, all right? It's always going to be me here.
I would think the seats would be a problem. Like especially like in America, like say for instance, you got a fat ass. And in America, a lot of people got a fat ass, and I would think that the seats would consistently be a problem over there. But I've seen a few people over here, and they seem like, well, I've seen a lot of fat people, but they ain't got no fat ass. I don't know how they do that.
Reg, that's exactly the right answer. It is 60% of air passengers have had problems with their seat. The main problem being it's next to a man whose shoe is ticking. 75% of Russians are afraid of what?
Is it Virginia Woolfsky?
I wish it was.
Oh, it's texting. They've got to take their gloves off, haven't they? You ever tried texting with gloves on? You end up trying to say something like, hi, how are you? And you end up saying, fuck, it's back at Book.
Is it KGB?
It's not the KGB, it's related to that.
Oh.
B&Q.
B&Q is not related to the KGB. They would never...
TBC.
No.
CBeebies.
Yeah. Correct. I'm afraid of CBeebies, yeah.
It's one of the emergency services.
The AA?
Is it the police?
Yes, it is the police. Yes, 75% of Russians are afraid of their own police force. The other 25 are missing. Shh, say nothing.
Don't upset the Russians, Jimmy. Don't upset the Russians because they got all the gas. They could phone up Power Gen and they say, don't give him any gas. And they'll do it.
You know what the irony will be? They won't be annoyed at the joke, they'll be annoyed at that accent. OK, 71% of Brits agree that what is an acceptable pastime?
Take it away, Vic.
Putting sellotape over your eyes. Just there, that. It is good fun.
Streaking in a mosque.
What about sex?
Sex?
Yeah.
Do you only find sex acceptable?
That's what I tend to say after sex. I tend to say that was acceptable.
Is it acting? Acting isn't acceptable. It's not a proper job, is it?
Bollocks.
No, it's just you've got to read out loud without giggling. Really, is it?
I was sat next to an actress at a dinner and she was talking about, God, it's so hard. We sit in this trailer all day long. I'm like, yeah, right, you get paid like £9 million per movie. Shut up.
Who was the actress?
Not telling.
Come on. Come on, name that bitch.
Patricia Routledge.
No.
Is Patricia Routledge getting £9 million a movie? Come on, who is it?
I think she's cracking.
I'll tell you what, we'll put you in the car. It won't be the first time me and Richard Madeley have bundled a young lady into the back of the car.
Can you give us a clue?
It involves holding something in your hand.
Angling? Going to be fishing.
Exactly the right answer, Neil Morrison.
I thought so. So that means that quite a large percentage of British people think that angling is completely unacceptable.
Running on the riverbank, pushing them in.
Angling is totally unacceptable.
25% of women pretend to be pleased when what?
They never, ever are. I mean, sorry,
Anything all right that at home?
Is it when their husband brings them flowers from the garage?
Do you get annoyed at that?
Pardon?
Flowers from the garage?
I've never had flowers from the garage.
Off a lamppost, then.
That's just lazy, isn't it?
It's just lazy.
It's one of the sins, yes. When their husbands get their photos published in Readers' Wives. Oh, brilliant. Oh, they accepted them. They've got in. Hold on, they got the town wrong. We're not from Doncaster.
No.
That's happened to Dave, isn't it? He wouldn't put Charlie on it. I've seen you! The black mark on it. I recognise that silver bonce anywhere.
I'll give you a clue. The answer is related to gift giving. Something else you buy a lady. What else do you buy ladies?
Underwear.
Underwear.
Correct.
Lingerie.
Well done. 67% of Brits think that what is the ultimate status symbol?
Having your own table in Greg's the Baker's. Same table, sir. Thank you.
Is it like when they lift their white trilbies? Why do they wear white trilbies, bakers? I didn't understand that.
They're really
like
into
there's
Michael
something
Jackson.
jazz about them.
Using a baguette as a stick.
It's kind of something that the super rich have.
A jet.
Even more impressive than a jet.
A country.
A country is pretty close.
Private island. Little
Correct.
island. Come on.
That's the right answer.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, 67% of Brits think that owning a private island is the ultimate status symbol. Of course, they say no man is an island, although when Eamon Holmes is swimming, you'd be forgiven for making the mistake. Johnny?
Oh, sir.
Is it...
Have you...
I didn't see a thing.
He can't read.
I'm an actor. I can't read. I don't know what it said.
OK. 76% of mechanics don't what?
Is it, don't agree with the consensus view that Ulysses is James Joyce's finest work, because I actually quite prefer Finnegan's Wake?
Service cars properly.
That is the correct answer.
Where the hell did I get that? I'm possessed. Oh, no.
You're not having a point. Damn it. You are not having the points. I'm hurt. I've turned off the buzzer. 75% of actors have what?
Is it a cape and a trilby?
I had one line in the film, I'm sure it will be cut, and it was location thing, and you get put in these little caravans.
Yep.
With chemical toilets, with the blue water.
Trailers, yeah.
Do you get them as well?
No, it's not glamorous, I know. No, I got one of those. Yeah, you got to pump it and do the whole thing. Yeah. It's
So even Angelina Jolie, when she's off to work in the morning,
Imagine that.
Rob, surely you don't think that if someone's that important, they get a caravan and then dig drains for them, do they?
Well, you never know. You never know.
So I don't know. 75% of actors have a harem.
Have a harem, yeah.
I think you said a heron, like a big flying crane, like a heron. Like this is an ostentatious thing. Instead of a feather boa, I have a heron. You can probably phone up and go, get me a fucking heron.
Yeah.
What was the percentage again?
75% of actors.
All right, let's go. Had it been 72%, I'd the funniest answer in the world.
75% of actors have started their careers in a school nativity play. I only say that because I went to see my son. He was in his first nativity play.
Oh.
Where was he?
He was supposed to be Joseph, but he pissed about in rehearsals, and they made him the innkeeper, so he screwed up the whole nativity. I was so proud. He was the innkeeper, and they came to the door, and the new Joseph said, "I've come from afar, my wife and I, she is with child. Is there any room at the inn?" And he went, "Yeah, plenty of room, come in."
75% of actors have what?
The fake name or something like that?
Correct.
Hey!
Yeah!
We'll get some points.
75% of actors have changed their name. A lot of entertainers changed their name. Norma Jean became Marilyn Monroe. Reg Dwight became Elton John, and Paul Gadd became prisoner H39702. Have you changed your name, Chris?
No. There's actually, because my father actually has changed his name several times in his life.
Has he considered Vegas?
Vegas is great. That's the best name, I know.
The thing is, it can lead to weight gain.
In the 1940s, 25% of men what?
Had my nan in an Anderson shelter.
She flattened some grass, didn't she?
Oh, yes.
Is it 25% of men ate a diet of only powdered egg and weasels?
Weasels?
25% of men who fought for our freedom and our future rights didn't realise 60 years later all the thanks they'd get would be happy slapping and pushing dog shit through the letterbox.
Well, Alan, all I've got to say to that is stop it.
In the 1940s, 25% of men wore knitted swimming trunks. No, they never had proper swimming trunks in them days. They used to knit them, didn't they? You used to go paddling off the coast of Blackpool and your trunks would be 3 foot behind you. Full of scampi.
It's to do with kind of moral depravity.
We're having affairs?
It's not having an affair. It's, I think, morally worse than that.
Murdered. You say it's worse than having an affair. Just trying. I mean, it might be a bit of a leap.
I think.
Visited hookers?
Correct. That's the right answer. Yes, in the 1940s, 25% of men slept with prostitutes. It sounds bad, but have a look at your gran. Can you blame them? Here's your next one. 26% of women are impressed by men who can what?
Is it impressed by men who can watch loose women without throwing acid in their own face?
Is it by men who can find the G-spot? Apparently it's between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. I'm not staying up special, you know what I mean?
Yes, go.
I am impressed by men who can dance. Actually, that does impress me. Slightly suspicious, but...
I've got a table at Greg's.
It's quite a simple thing. The clue is it's remembering something.
Why is it that men are bad at remembering things?
Because it's not important.
Okay.
Remember the birthday, is it, or remembering the anniversary?
That is the right answer, Dave. Two-thirds of judges are in favour of what?
I think they'd be in favour of. I think it's a really good idea. If all the jury all wore fancy dress. One, like village people. One's a pirate, one's a cowboy, one's a spaceman, and they go.
What made you
across.
think a pirate?
A friend of mine was a lawyer, and he said he was in a courtroom where the judge sentenced this guy, and there's a certain sort of cachet in how you receive your sentence. And this bloke, he sentenced this guy to 2.5 years, and he went, 2.5 years, I'll do that spinning on my cock. So he gave him another 6 months.
Wigs.
Correct. That is the right answer. Two-thirds of judges are in favour of wigs. Here's your next one. 10% of dinner ladies see what as essential?
Is it food?
What about Topless Friday? Come on. No fried food today. Come on.
I'll give you a clue. It's to do with a kitchen implement.
Axe. An axe.
What about like a serving spoon?
It's, that would be higher than 10%, I feel.
Yes, yeah. No, a lot of them just do it with their hands. Like that. There you go.
Well, I have to tell you, I can't believe you haven't guessed. 10% of dinner ladies think salad spinners are essential.
Oh.
The average Brit has lost 37 what?
37 hours of their life explaining the internet to an old person.
No, it's like a big, what, like an encyclopedia? Yeah. Another cup of tea and a biscuit.
Is it Twixes? I've never lost a Twix, it was a guess. Imagine if you'd lost 37 of them, though. You'd stop buying them, wouldn't you? What are you going to have? Mars bar, Twix? I'm not having Twix, keep losing them.
I like the way as a badge of honour you said, I've never lost a Twix.
37 elderly relatives to Errol Shipman.
I'll give you a clue. They're round and shiny, they have a hole in them. Women?
by any chance?
CDs.
CDs is the right answer. Yes, the average Brit has lost 37 CDs. 7 out of 10 adults are unaware that there is an £80 on-the-spot fine for what?
Is there an £80 on-the-spot fine for letting your kids scream and run around?
It is to do with kids.
Is it threatening to shut them in the car? Because, like, we had our son Jack, he was about 6, and he was really infuriating everybody, right? I used to say to him, if you don't behave yourself, you're going to the car. And on this occasion, it was Sunday lunch in a pub, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up. So I pictured him.
He's a proud dad.
OK, he's 19 now, I still do it. Put him over my shoulder and started to walk out through, and everyone was really glad, right? People like you. Nice one. Thanks, Dad, you're doing it. So I said, come on, we're going to the car. And we weren't really. Just going out the front, a little word, and then come back. Going out through all these people and the tables, and he's a little sod. He suddenly got the idea of going to above my head to the public, and he said, "Not the car! Not the car!" Right? I'm thinking, no, you're coming to the car. And he goes, "Help!"
It's buying something you shouldn't.
Alcohol underage.
Correct.
Alcohol underage. There you go.
Yes, 7 out of 10 adults are unaware that there is an £80 on-the-spot fine for buying alcohol for minors, but it's worth it just to see their little drunken faces. Kids slur the funniest things. OK, Sean, Jessica and Carol, 1 in 5 pet owners love what?
Testing out shampoo at home on them.
Love.
I'm not using that one. Have you got any pets, Carol?
No.
No? Right. Thanks. I love chatting with you. It's great fun.
It's to do with the rest of their family.
Love them more than their children.
That is the right answer.
Oh, my God.
OK, 80% of Brits think monkeys should not what?
80% of Brits think monkeys should not go near Pete Burns.
No, because he'll kill him.
He'll kill them.
Make a coat out of it.
Oh yes, he had his monkey coat. I'd like to have seen this coat. Did he wear it?
Yeah, he wore it a lot. Yeah.
Was it all the faces? Because I'd love that, a coat just made out of monkey faces. That would really freak people out at night. You just step into the light. Hello. You ever been to Cheshire Zoo where they mix the fun fair and the zoo? I went there and I was going, and the roller coaster goes over the gorilla's cage. And I swear, as I was going over, one of the gorillas looked up and just saluted me. Like, you know, for my evolutionary superiority. He's waiting for a go on a tyre. I'm in a magic mouse going, woo! You beat me.
Probably should not be kept as pets or something like that, or not be kept in cages or...
That is the right answer.
There you go.
Hey, Spikey, well done. 80% of Brits think monkeys should not be kept as pets, which is fair enough, because although it would be fun to have a monkey around, you get very emotionally attached, and when it dies, it's heartbreaking. Also, you ever tried to flush a monkey?
My mum had a monkey as a pet, but it tore up their house in India, and so she had to kill it.
Have you got any more heartwarming stories of your youth?
She didn't have to kill it like that, though, did she?
I think they just...
How did she kill it?
No, she didn't kill it. That was a joke. I think she just got rid of it.
No, I'm with you. I think she did kill it.
Yeah, I think she killed it.
He's trying to cover up for his mum. Yeah. Your mum killed a monkey. Your mum killed a monkey. I hope you enjoyed those clips. If you want to watch full episodes of 8 out of 10 Cats, then you can on my YouTube channel. Just, search for it on YouTube and you'll find it, because it's there.